Post, Tano, Pente, Fem, Pump, Cinco, or as we know it in English, 5. There's a bunch of different languages.
Yeah, I see that.
5 is a very important and significant number. Humans have 5 fingers on each hand, 5 toes on each foot, and we have 5 senses. 5 is also used to describe most destructive hurricanes and tornadoes, a Category 5 and an F5 tornado. 5 is also a very important number in religion. 5 elements in the universe: earth, fire, water, air, and space. There are 5 pillars of Islam. Muslims pray to Allah 5 times a day, and in Judaism there are 5 books in the Torah. But 5 really thrives in art and pop culture. There are 5 magical rocks, the Sankara Stone in Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. Number 5 is a character in the Umbrella Academy. 5 Seconds of Summer, 5 Finger Death Punch, Maroon 5, the Jackson 5, and Ben Folds 5. 5 is also the most common number of gears for cars with manual transmissions. And speaking of cars, Fast 5 was the 5th in the franchise. Today, the Moist Boys review Fast 5. Welcome to Moist 5.
So what we're talking about is $100 million.
You say what? 100? See, sometimes I be overthinking, man. And, I know we just met, but you just kind of got to...
Welcome back to the Moist Monday podcast spin-off series where we're diving into the Fast and the Furious franchise.
Moist 5.
Moist 5, baby. The 5th in the series, Fast 5.
Our names are only as dumb as theirs.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, Moist 5 sounds pretty good.
Moist 5.
Moist 5. Okay, this is the 5th entry in the franchise. This movie came out in 2011, 10 years after the first one came out.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
God, they all look great.
But think about that. That was 10 years ago.
Fuck.
Yeah, it's just like, geez, like,
Okay,
they've been
so-
making this franchise for 20 years, and they're still making them.
So it was rather this one or the 6th one that I worked at a movie theater for.
Yeah, because this would have been
11
you
years.
you were been a freshman, and I was a sophomore in high school when this came out. Because I graduated in 13.
Okay, so then
So then it was
would've
probably
been the
6.
6th,
Yeah,
yeah.
probably 6. Because I'm guessing it came out 2 years after 2013.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, that would make sense. I don't know. I didn't look at the year on that one because we haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, we'll get to that
But
next week.
Fast 5, I was super excited for this one because 4 was really good.
I loved 4, yeah.
And I knew this was a continuation of that story because 1, 2, and 3, it was all weird.
Well,
it was
'cause-
1, and then they moved to Miami, and then it was Tokyo and a different cast.
Yeah, they don't go together at all.
But this one was a continuation, and I was super excited.
Straight, like, I'm so glad they
Just
started with what
right,
they ended with.
right where it ended, and I love that. And I also I saw this one in theaters 3 times, so I was excited.
Why'd you see it multiple times?
I think I just really. Well, my pen just fell apart. I think I just really liked it in the moment, and I think my cousin was way into it, so I just went with him a lot.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, it's it was a good movie. I remember liking it when I was younger.
Well, of all the ones seen in theaters so far, this would be the one.
Yeah, because this one was just fun and exciting. But before we jump into the movie, you rented yours.
I know I couldn't find it, so I had to rent it off of Amazon.
But I have trailers, baby.
right,
So I
let's
watched
hear 'em.
mine Saturday night, and I got Poncheros.
Oh.
While I ate it. While I watched it.
Because while I watched this, I had a bottle of wine that I drank every time they should have died. So at the end of it, I did not have a bottle of wine.
You were drunk.
Yep, at 11 a.m. on a Monday.
And for those of you that don't know what Poncheros is, it is the best burrito place that's only in Iowa.
It's similar to Chipotle or Qdoba.
But it's way better.
way better. It's all about the tortilla.
And the queso.
Right,
It's,
yeah.
dude, and people that know a Poncheros and say it's not, you're lying.
That always bugs me.
Yeah, Poncheros is obviously
It's
better.
just the better. It's better.
Josh, you'll know. that's one listener that's listening. All right, trailers. First trailer for me, Scarface on Blu-ray, limited edition.
Oh.
Limited edition.
So it's still Scarface, but it's a different version than we've
Yeah,
had in the past.
this is
We
the-
had remastered.
No, this is the limited edition.
On Blu-ray.
On Blu-ray. Dude, Scarface has been the trailer of 3
Three
of
of them,
these.
yeah, at
which is
least.
so ridiculous. And I was like, here we go again. I'm watching the same fucking movie again.
He's still saying hello to his little friend.
Next one up. Never heard of it, but this is the second in the series. It's
Okay.
called Honey 2.
Honey.
Honey 2. It's a
Okay.
dance movie. It's like Bring It On, but Bring It On must have been so huge they made all these spin-offs.
Well,
And
because
this
they
is
made Bring It On and they made Step Up, which is...
Whoa.
That guy's still here.
Yeah, he was
He was sitting outside my house for 30 minutes.
sexing somebody. But dude, what's crazy is this is Honey 2.
No, I want to look this one up because I've never heard of it.
It's the sequel. It's just Honey. At first, like I was like waiting for the title of the movie, and I was like, and then they just Honey 2,
2011,
coming soon, and I was like, what? It looked terrible.
I don't recognize a single person.
No, I didn't, and it was just another one of those dance competition movies.
Ooh, Mario Lopez is in it.
Oh yeah, he was the announcer in the trailer, the announcer of the competition.
He's the celebrity host. Why isn't he just playing himself then?
He has a name in it?
No, just celebrity host. Why wouldn't you just be Mario Lopez? Oh, the first one, I'm guessing.
So Honey, the first
Well,
one.
because the top trivia of Honey 2 is Honey Daniels, Jessica Alba's character, does not appear in the film despite the title bearing her name.
So, wow, she's in the first one.
And her name is Honey.
And they made a second one. They just said, fuck it, let's make a second one. That's when you know a franchise is bad, when you make a second one based off the first one without the main
Wait,
character.
let me read the second top trivia. Despite top billing, Alexis Jordan does not appear in the film until 106 minutes in.
And she was the top paying actress?
She was the top billed actress.
Oh my
Her
God.
1 minute on-screen time is shown in a musical number throughout the credits.
What? She was the top. Can you imagine being like the main character and you're just like pissed off? Yikes, dude. It looked terrible. This era, well, like 2001 to 2011, in this whole 10-year era,
People love dancing.
dancing was like the huge, there were so many movies.
Bring it on. Step Up.
Step Up, dude,
the
Honey.
one- yeah,
Like,
fucking Honey.
Fucking stupid.
How good was Honey?
Jessica Alba was probably pretty decent,
Yeah, was
but
she a
I'd
good actress
never
back then?
heard of it.
No, me neither. Yep, Honey.
What's it rated, like Rotten Tomatoes or something?
5.3 on IMDb, 37 Metascore.
So not good.
Not great.
Not good at all.
Missy Elliott's in it. She plays herself.
Whoa. She's a celebrity announcer?
Maybe.
Okay. So maybe
There's three of them.
there's a third one?
There's a fourth one.
Oh, Honey 4.
Guess the name.
Honey, I Shrimp the Kids?
No. It goes Honey, Honey 2, Honey 3, Dare to Dance, Honey, Rise Up and Dance.
Jesus Christ. I can't even imagine Honey 4.
So it was
Honey 4.
It was cars and dancing.
Where's the thing?
Yeah, like because all the movies it seems like were kind of that of the like.
Yeah, that was like the
2000s.
hot thing of.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it.
Yeah.
Fast actiony for the men and then dancing for the women, I guess, or
guess.
vice versa.
I feel like not rom-coms, but like romantic dramas were really big back then too. I feel like that was like the age of like The Notebook and shit like
Oh yeah, definitely. That was definitely when that stuff would
like that.
yeah,
Like
'cause
Notebook, Walk to Remember.
Yeah, that's not romantic comedies, but they're romantic
And
love
they're-
stories.
and
like-
they're all sad because I think someone dies in all of them.
and it's just like I want to live that life.
It seems horrible because they're not happy in it.
They're not happy, but dude, that's what love is.
Fucking guess.
The next trailer I had, Scorpion King 3. Dude,
Oh, is
I've
that
never
when he's young. No,
I've never seen any of the Scorpion Kings.
I've seen the first one. It's fine.
So I can't even mention I didn't even know they made a third one. I did say the trailer looked badass.
Because I think Scorpion King 2 is a prequel to the original. Because it's The Rock is Scorpion King.
So maybe that's why they were producing because The Rock is in Fast 5.
That makes sense.
So I didn't see him in the trailer though for Scorpion King 3.
I bet it's a sequel to the prequel.
Jeez
So,
Louise.
yeah.
So it's just like about the Scorpion King baby.
Guess how many of those there are?
6.
5.
Oh my, Scorpion King 5. Why do they continue to make these? I guess if you're, dude, like we're complaining and like bitching like, oh, that's probably so stupid. But can you imagine if that was your job?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, you're just making a shitty movie and,
Yeah, but like,
that's what you're doing for a living.
also one with such a good root. Well, I guess. Scorpion King.
Decent route.
But Scorpion King came from the Mummy franchise. Great root.
Brendan Fraser.
Yep, 1 and 2 are.
Dude, I haven't seen the Mummy movie since I was a young kid. Those were good.
No, the first one's perfect. Second one's pretty good, except for it has the worst CGI Dwayne Johnson in it because he's literally half Scorpion in that movie.
Oh, weird. So
Yeah.
Scorpion King is in Mummy, and then he got a spin-off.
Yes, and it's I think how he became that, and then so it goes Scorpion King 2, Rise of a Warrior.
Nice.
So I think that's him growing up.
Him getting trained.
Third is Battle for Redemption. Dave Bautista's in that one.
The wrestler?
In 2012, that would be early for Dave Bautista.
Yeah, I mean, I know he's an actor now, but 2012.
And then, yeah, so that's the third one. Then the fourth one came out in 2018, Book of Souls. And
So the fourth one's recent. And you said there's a fifth one? Or it's in production or something?
or wait, shit. Oh no, sorry. No, never mind. Sorry. Scorpion King 4's Quest for Power. The fifth one is Book of Souls.
Oh my gosh. And the fifth one came out in 2018.
Yeah.
So like recent. And they were probably going to make a sixth one, but COVID probably. COVID shut down the Scorpion King.
God damn it. What
right.
won't it take from us?
The next one I'm so excited to tell you about. This is the
I'm sure I know the first three words.
Bring It On.
Yep. Which one?
The musical.
What?
Yeah.
I've never heard of that.
Dude, Bring It On. The musical.
Okay, people think the 80s were bad with sequels.
Dude.
But like,
So Bring It On had like all these movies, and then they did Bring It On the musical, which is it's basically a High School Musical. That's basically what this is. Like Bring It On the musical. When I saw the trailer for this, I was like, "Are you kidding me?"
that's not even on IMDb.
Bring It On the musical.
Was it live?
It looked like a movie, dude. It looked like a movie.
What the Literally,
It might have been a theater production.
it's not even popping up on
It
this.
might have been just a theater production, but it looked terrible. It's just like, oh, they were really milking Bring It On shit.
First Bring It On, it's so good.
That's what you've said every time we brought.
Yeah.
So it's like maybe we
So
should
there's-
watch that.
So there's Bring It On. Well, obviously that's the sister movie to Fast
Yeah,
and
obviously.
Furious.
So I bet the trailers for Bring It On are Fast and the Furious.
That'd be awesome.
We're just like, hey, I remember watching
There's
that.
Bring It On Again, Bring It On All or Nothing, Bring It On Fight to the Finish, and Bring It On In It to Win It, Bring It On Worldwide, #CheerSmack, Bring It On Cheer or Die.
Yikes! There's 7 of them.
It's in post-production,
Yikes!
and there's Bring It On Ghost, which I don't think is related.
So
I
7
think
of them.
I think that's like a Korean horror comedy show.
7 of them plus a musical.
Yeah.
That's insane. That is But I guess Fast and the Furious, they're working on the 10th one, which is the 11th one.
In the series, yeah.
Yeah, that's freaking nuts. Then there was one more trailer, and I think this was the best one so far. It got me so hyped. Jurassic Park trilogy.
Fuck yeah.
Dude, on
They're just
Blu-ray.
pushing all of them?
On Blu-ray.
Hell yeah.
All the entire trilogy. Dude, it just got me so hyped because the first 3 Jurassic Parks are amazing.
Second one's okay. 1 and 3 are incredible.
It's the second one where it's
It comes to the city, basically.
what's the one where what's his name? The suave dude's the main character. Is that 3?
Second one,
See,
I
I
think.
like that one.
That one's about like him and his daughter, right?
Yeah, and then like go and there's like this epic. I really like the second
I've
one.
only seen it once, and I was young.
But the first one is incredible.
Third one is, I mean, first one's perfect. Third
Third one's Lost World.
almost my favorite, just because it has such good scenes. The fucking pterodactyl scene,
Oh, that's scary, dude.
terrifying.
So scary.
And then they made a fourth one, and I almost want to do a series about that because I have so much to say about the fourth movie.
Is that the one with Chris Pratt?
Yeah,
I remember seeing that in theaters.
I have so much to say about that movie.
You didn't like it?
I hate it.
Really?
I thought it was horrible.
I thought it was fun.
No, it's the B plot and the C plot are just the worst things ever.
Oh, yeah, but I just
There's so much
I just
to hate in
remember
that movie.
Chris Pratt feeding dinosaurs and someone dying.
Yeah. We'll get to that eventually.
We'll do Jurassic Park eventually. So those are all the trailers for Fast 5. I was reading before we jump into the movie itself that Fast 5 is the transition movie in the franchise. This was the movie where they were trying to get out of not cars.
Yeah.
And because obviously the first couple did decent.
Yeah.
So they kept making them. Then they wanted to expand their audience and make it more of an action movie.
Yeah. And I'm guessing
And
the cast was just having fun with it.
And
so
less car. So they started using less car lingo, so more people could relate.
That's
and
smart.
I think they limited. So I think there's only 1 or 2 races in this,
there's
or maybe 1.
there's one real one, I think.
And then it's mostly just fast
Driving,
driving. Yeah.
yeah.
So this is the movie where they turn into action movies. So the rest of them are going to be action movies.
Because 4 had some races in it.
Yeah. But
The
this
first
is
3
what they consider like the
'cause
transition.
that makes sense because the first 3 are race movies.
Yeah, 100%. That's we didn't know what we were. Especially the first one. I don't know this lingo. I don't know.
None of it.
They just wanted to expand into bigger audiences to make more money and smart, I guess. But I think the people that really like the first couple of movies because they're car people don't like the rest of the series
That makes
because.
sense.
But this is where I'm starting to enjoy them.
Yeah, no, like now I'm
because
having fun.
They're fun. So let's jump in to Fast 5. My DVD, there were 2 different versions of the movie.
Oh.
I had theatrical and extended. So I did extended.
Oh,
so
for sure,
I
yeah.
wonder if there's a scene
That I don't have.
Yeah, so I'm going to be very curious because I was like,
Because if you rent it, I imagine it's theatrical.
I would assume so.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing it in theaters, so I already seen the theatrical. So I was like, give me the extended. But I
Right,
can't
yeah.
remember. It was so long ago. It was like when I was in high school. Okay. Opening scene, so jacked because it's exactly where the fourth one left off.
And all you know is Dom's not going back.
Yeah,
That's
he
my
ain't-
first note.
Dude, I'm just so excited because it starts with him. It's basically a recap of what the fourth one did. And then he's just in the bus and then the cars.
25 years.
25 years to life without getting out.
Yep, no
Without
early parole.
Yeah, and then the cars come over the hill. Fucking Mia's driving. Fucking Brian's driving.
Because one of my first notes is this movie seems so much higher quality.
Dude,
like it looked great.
It looked really good. I think the budget.
They did a lot more real shit because I read that people were mad in 4. I guess there was a lot of CGI cars. Or in earlier movies, at least, like they tried to do a lot of real practical stunts, no miniatures, like full on.
I know they did a lot of real stunts in this movie. I was
Yes.
reading about that, and they cost them like they had to. It took them months to plan shots, especially like that vault.
Yeah.
They did that like, and there was like 6 different versions of the
Well, I
vault,
guess I don't
and
know
like
how practical the vault was.
they actually like.
Drag something.
Yeah, because
Holy
there were
shit.
6 different versions. So like for close-ups, for dragging, there were cars that actually drove, and then like they said that they destroyed like 200 cars.
Holy
in
shit.
the making. Like they actually did real, which is that's how I think effects should be. Obviously, it's a lot more expensive.
But like you're making the money, so put it into it.
Yeah, and it's just gonna look, it's gonna feel more real. And
That's
I-
why
I'm not-
Jurassic Park 1's so fucking good because it's practical.
It's practical effects. It's not CGI.
It's better than modern day shit. Still.
Yeah, I don't like CGI because it's like, yeah, anybody could do that. I mean,
Well,
obviously,
not
you need,
anybody,
yeah, but
but,
obviously
like-
you need a studio and green screen and all this stuff. But it's
Yeah.
like,
You
come
hear
on.
that, James Cameron?
Yeah, I love like when it's like early Star Wars, they had made miniature sets and then the camera went in there to get those.
Yeah.
And it's just they had to think about how to do that because there wasn't a way to fake it.
Right. Yeah.
Like I love that. So opening scene, they're busting Dom out, baby.
Dom's sitting there, and then he hears his dad's car.
So here's my first note. So they get the bus, rocking back and
Well, 'cause
forth.
she like flies straight at it
Yeah.
to scare him.
So he starts like wiggling, and then there's no freaking way because Brian hit the bus. There's no way that his car would have tipped it.
That's fair. It was just
Yeah,
it just smacked it.
And,
yeah.
and even if it did, it would have tipped on his car. But it flies over his car and starts.
oh,
rolling.
does it? I didn't even.
Well,
pick-
yeah, because it flies
Oh,
over
so
his
he
car and
goes-
starts rolling.
Yeah, it's because my next note is what the. Because I was like, oh, they're breaking Dom out. And then I'm like, what the fuck? How is this gonna get Dom out?
Dude, I
you
was
just
like-
killed everybody.
Dude, that's my first. I was like, everyone in the bus is gonna die. You just had it caused, and they're going on the interstate. They're going like freaking 70 miles per hour, and,
then
the
they
bus
roll like
flips,
probably like 9 times.
and the bus is upside down.
Yeah.
Like, and everyone in the bus is handcuffed. They can't protect themselves.
And like, are they even buckled in?
Probably not. They're in a bus, so
Right,
and
yeah.
they'd be all dead.
Yeah, because they would be because also the top of a bus crushes so easily because there's nothing there. So anything below the seats is like more intact, but like headroom is just in.
and then you would just be fucked.
but
Dude,
not to
everyone
mention you'd be
would.
thrown against the wall immediately.
Yeah, everyone would be fucked, and it's like that's your plan to get him out.
And then cut to the news.
Dude,
coming
I
in,
did like the way they did the glitch effects.
Yeah.
I did because it was like.
which also I don't understand why they did it.
I didn't understand what, but I love glitch
Because
effects
like
I do.
somebody, whoever's watching this has a shitty TV.
Well, I think it was just a cool thing because that's how the title came in too, was glitchy.
Yeah.
I'm just a really big fan of glitchy effects. Like I do that a lot with the YouTube channel that I run. I do a lot of
Right,
glitch
yeah.
effects just
What-
because it's fun.
What's that YouTube channel?
Keeping off the grid.
You're welcome.
Video games and craft beer, baby.
yeah.
But I did like how they kind of, because I was like, dude, they died. But then in one of the news clips, they go, luckily, no
Yeah.
one died.
All right, but did you recognize the newscaster?
There was like 12 of them.
Or the black guy?
No.
All right, so
Because they went so, it was like they said one line.
see, I paused it the minute I saw him because that's his real name is Jay Jackson, but I know him as Perd Hapley.
Yes, dude. Yes, I did recognize him. And I was like, what is he from? Because he has that voice, dude.
Well, so I took note of that, and then I did a deep dive on this man. Jay Jackson, who plays the reporter in this film, was also a real-life reporter for over 20 years.
He's got that good reporter voice.
He has also appeared as a reporter in Dexter, The Mentalist, Pretty Little Liars, Scandal, Supergirl, Battleship, Parks and Rec, Without Remorse, Inventing Anna, Liza on Demand, American Crime Story, American Crime Story, 9/11 or 911,
911.
Lone Star, The L Word, Body of Proof, Fred the Show, Sequestered, Revenge, Blunt Talk, Hacked, Bones, Rosewood, The Catch, The Orville,
You're still
What If, and Silicon Valley.
He's a reporter in
All
those.
of them.
That's he knows how to do one thing, and it's to read a teleprompter.
Because he was a real reporter, yeah.
I mean, he's got the good voice.
So I'm amazed of how good of an actor he is in Parks and Rec, where he can get like really weird with it.
Yeah,
Where
because he's like a.
he's goofy.
Yeah.
Like he has like talk shows and shit.
I didn't,
yeah.
dude. He's in a lot of shit. I mean, I haven't seen a lot of those, but
Well, it's
that's
like one episode of all of them.
But still, like,
Yeah.
good for him. He did reporting, and now he's doing reporting for fake
That's
shit.
like the only job he takes, I guess. Yeah, and I love that.
He's got that voice, dude.
And that's when we find out nobody died fucking somehow.
Yeah, and then we find out that Dom, Brian, and Mia. I feel so bad that Mia got lumped in this, but I guess she was a part of it because Mia's always been so innocent. But they are wanted fugitives,
Yep.
like hardcore. And then we cut to Jesus statue, Rio de Janeiro. I couldn't remember how to spell that, so I just wrote Rio in my notebook because it's a hard.
Yeah.
But I was like, Rio? Why are we in Rio? Like, I was so confused.
Well, because like also we cut to like them doing like talking to like crime people. And my next note is what? Why aren't you tired of this? Just go be a mechanic.
Yeah,
Just
stop doing shit.
Just be a mechanic.
That's what I'm going to say about the end of the movie.
Yeah.
You're happy. Quit getting into shit.
Yeah,
You
just
got
stop
away
it.
free. Spoiler alert for the end of this episode.
And then
But dude, okay. So when they cut to Rio, this guy comes in, Vince. He's from the first movie. He's the guy that says the F word
right,
to
yeah.
Brian, and I hate him.
Right, yeah, because he's a fucking bitch, and he was
He's a
like
douchebag,
He was
dude.
banging Mia before, I think, right?
I would assume so. No, but I think he's family.
Well, no, he's family.
Oh, he's family.
Family.
But
Same with Brian is family.
But like I just hate him.
But also, I noticed somebody called. So I have this note. Brian's there, and somebody. So in the first movie, he's Brian, and in the second movie, he's Bullet. And at one point in this movie, the guy, when he first sees him, calls him Buster.
Yeah, he calls him Buster.
And
then
that's
then
it.
Dom, the entire movie, calls him O'Connor.
Right, I saw that too. I hated that.
Yeah, why is he calling him O'Connor?
Nice job. Yeah, nice race, O'Connor.
Yeah, and it's like, what? Okay, that's what we're calling you now, O'Connor.
So my best Vin Diesel impression right now is a
Dude, by the end of this
Stone-
series, you gotta,
I'm trying.
You gotta get
It's
it
a
down.
Stone Stallone impression. So you just talk like this, like it's just you're barely pushing words, like bam. No, that's not
Yeah,
even
but
it.
you got to get a lower tone though.
And like no, sometimes like twice he's Hispanic.
yeah,
when he's talking.
That's really true. I do have my first quote though.
Oh, already?
Yeah, I think Vince says this to Brian. He goes, "How's it feel to be on the other side of the wanted poster?"
Yeah, like that was one movie. He was on the other side.
Yeah,
He was on the right
because he was
side.
a cop, but they never said how long he was a cop.
They
for.
do in this movie. They say how long he was undercover.
Oh, because Hobbs brings it up.
Yep. No, I have that written down.
Okay,
whenever
because they never really address that, and I was like very curious. And then, so they're like sitting around, dude. They were so hungry apparently because they just showed up to Rio or something. Like they were,
fucking guess.
and then Mia throws up, and I instantly wrote down, "Is she pregnant?"
Oh no! So I wrote down a note when I think she's playing with a kid or Brian's playing with a kid and the other person So I think she's holding a kid
Well, yeah,
and
because
Brian looks at her.
she goes, "Hey, can I hold that?"
Yeah, and then I'm like, they cut to Brian. So I didn't figure out this yet.
The kid's name is Nico, because it's named after.
Oh, that's when we meet Nico?
Yeah, that's Nico. That's Vince's
Dom,
son.
yeah,
That
yeah.
Dom's. I think that's Don's nephew.
I mean,
Or, yeah,
uncle, family.
yeah, family, because-
I didn't know that. I didn't pick up that because I mentioned that at the end. But no, so I noticed Brian was looking at her playing with the kid. So I thought Brian wants a little Toretto. And then later on,
She throws up and
see, I didn't pick up on the throw up. I don't remember that.
She like throws up. She like runs to the bathroom and throws up, and then like the lady goes, "Does Brian know?" And she goes, "Not yet."
Oh, I didn't see that, Pitt.
Yeah.
Oh,
like,
shit.
So like and I like when she first threw up, I was like, "Oh, she's fucking pregnant."
Yeah.
That's like, fuck,
Because that's
dude.
what
why
every-
you gotta bring a crime baby into this
that's
like
the other thing.
Come on, dude.
Well, and then this moment is when I noticed it was Vince. Because they say his name, and then I'm like, and then they like zoom in on his scar at one point. I'm like, fuck, that's who that. And then I had to look it up.
So my question is: first opening scene, they rescue Dom. Now they're in Rio.
where the fuck's
and
Dom?
where is Dom? But it seems like they just got to Rio because now they're at the safe house and they're telling their story. But wouldn't Dom be with them because
Yeah.
they rescued him?
Because I have that.
And then Dom pulls up later by himself in a car. Like,
Not by himself with, and I'm so that
like what?
scene-
Wouldn't you be together? You're three wanted fugitives.
Yeah, Like, and if 2 of you are together, why not 3 of you?
Oh my gosh.
And then, because my next note is about the heist.
Dude, yes, the train heist. Dude, this scene was so cool. But I feel like this is where you get a bigger audience.
Are you gonna say it gets off the rails?
Oh, it gets off the rails. But I feel like this is the part of the series where the people that are fans of cars don't like this movie anymore.
Fair.
Because it's actiony now.
Yeah.
And it's a lot more intense. But I loved it. I thought this scene was so fun.
I didn't understand a lot of it, though.
It was very fast.
I have a lot of questions about the ending of it.
I did say I remember this scene.
Yeah.
And then I was so excited when Vinny Boy showed up. Because this is when Vinny Boy shows up.
Well, because that's where my next note is. I was very confused because it looked like they were using plasma cutters to cut open the train car. That's something I've used in the past as a welder.
to cut the wall off.
But they never set up a ground.
Oh, yeah.
They just show up and then start cutting. So I have a question about that. Yeah,
Of course. He's a welder, dude.
My note is, are they using plasma cutters? They didn't even set up a ground. And then I have another note about that later. My next quote is, when did they lose track of Dom?
Yeah, because I was like, why would he be separate?
Yeah, why did he just show up? And he didn't know about the deal, but now he's a part of the deal?
Yeah, that doesn't make it. He just shows up halfway through the deal.
Yeah.
And it's just like, dude.
And he's annoyed that they did the deal?
Well, he's annoyed because I think they start turning and he's like, Vince is like, you set this job up and you didn't know. And
I was very confused by that.
because, but this scene was so ridiculous.
Yeah, they cut the whole other train and then they like grapple the car over.
I did like the way they
badass.
were grappling the cars and then
Yeah.
they were backing the cars out. And I was like, that's
That was
so fucking cool.
Because my
And
next note is...
they're on that dune truck.
Yeah.
Like,
because my next note is, if I was the DEA, I would have like taken all the gas out or like just unhooked like the battery or like just something so the car couldn't be taken.
what do you mean? They're in the back?
Yeah, like the car had gas, I guess.
Well, they probably just bolted up into the train, obviously.
I guess, but you like, I don't know if you were worried at all about the security of a car. You think you'd disable the car,
Yeah, I mean, that would probably be smart, but then...
but also it's in the middle of a train.
and you're in the middle of the desert.
Yeah, who would have thought that somebody would cut a hole in this train to steal 3 cars?
I will say, I was reading about this scene. This is another scene where they destroyed a lot of cars.
A lot.
Because... and that's why these cars don't look like they're that fancy. They use common cars.
Yeah.
So then they could keep getting them for cheaper.
That makes sense.
Because they destroyed a lot of them. Because this scene was, dude, so cool. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Because that one part where there's a last car and Vinny Boy drives it straight off without the ramp and it's fine apparently, even though the hood hits the dirt.
Right, yeah.
But
yeah, because at this point I noticed the subtitles in this movie are
dude,
insane.
I have a note on the subtitles.
Because this is when I noticed where they're just like shooting all over
I
the screen.
loved it.
Me too.
Dude, whoever was doing the subtitles had so much fun. I brought it up later.
Yeah. Because this is just when I first noticed
it literally follows it follows the motion of the camera and follows people.
Yeah.
So like if someone walks in front of it, it cuts off the subtitle and then it
so
moves. Dude, it does it the whole movie and I
It's just like,
fucking love it. Dude, it's just like you didn't have to do that, but it keeps your eyes engaged, I guess.
Oh, so this is the moment. So now the plan goes south.
Yeah.
I don't really understand why, but this is the moment where I said, Dom yells "Hey" like twice
when
while
he's
just punching people.
It's
And
because he probably didn't want to fight him, but he's like, "Hey, calm down, but I'm gonna keep punching you." Yeah. I will say, when Vinny Boy showed up, dude, he looked great.
Yeah.
He looked jacked.
Yeah.
Like I feel like
maybe this is when like Riddick started to come.
yeah, because
I bet it was.
he looked a lot bigger.
This is like Riddick, Triple X, like
He looked great.
Yeah.
He looked so good. I mean, not saying that he didn't look good in the other, but he just looked fucking built.
yeah, because this is where I got really confused on who turns on who. Because to me, it seemed like because he told her to take the car away, or whatever.
Oh, yeah, to drive drive in a separate direction.
So Dom is betraying the people, right? But Vince set this up.
I don't know.
Because I said, why can't they ever just let things go to plan? Like, was it another thing where the people who did the plan were going to kill them after? And then I'm like, is he risking everyone's life to get the cars? I was so confused.
And I was also
all
like,
of that.
yeah, whose cars are they? I know, I'm.
Because it's the DEA took it from somebody, and now they're stealing it just to sell them.
I think they were getting the cars back because maybe
The chip
the
thing.
well, the chip thing, which is very important, but I think the
guess.
cars belonged to the leader of Senor Reyes or whatever his name was.
Yeah. I didn't like
So I think they were trying to get the cars back, or at least get the chips back. So why couldn't you just go in and take the chip out, and leave the car, and then no one knows?
Yeah. Jesus.
Because even when they're rebuilding the car later, they don't even know there's a chip in it.
That scene I had a lot of
So stupid.
issues with too. And so like now they're all like fighting and some of the cars are gone because my next notice is about the torches again, because now they're fighting like in that like
Oh
off-road
yeah,
truck,
dude.
and
This
he pulls the torch on him.
This is cool because I love before this happens.
Okay,
Brian jumps out of the train onto that thing and is holding on with that wire.
and he's just smacking
And it's just-
against it.
And then he somehow climbs in and starts fighting the driver.
Yeah.
Which is not a good idea.
No, and
because
while-
then they start turning towards the train and they drive into the train, which is just
that was practical effects. They fucking
Oh,
did
they
that.
actually did that,
Yeah.
dude.
And,
And
they
then
almost
that's it.
derailed the train when doing it.
holy
It's in the movie.
fuck, dude.
Yeah.
And that's when everyone notices, like, oh, shit's going like
Yeah, a truck ran into our train
in the middle of
that's
the
moving.
desert.
No, so while they're fighting, he then pulls a lit torch towards him.
Yeah, and it cuts through like under him.
Yeah, but at that point, it looks like an oxyacetylene torch, which is a gas compression where you mix oxygen and whatever.
So that
cutting
you don't need to ground it. You can just
no,
pull the
but,
trigger.
but you need fucking 2 giant gas canisters. So I'm like, oh, so I guess it's oxyacetylene torch, but they didn't have tanks.
Maybe
So that's my
maybe
next
there were
note.
tanks in the truck somewhere with hoses coming
There's a third note later.
Okay, so did you a different type of torch?
Yeah. Well, and because also my note next is like, they're just not a good crew. Like, because also this is where like people are dying. Because
Yeah.
there's the scene where Dom throws the guy out of the train and just smacks into like a post.
Dude,
and it's
that was
fucking
intense,
awesome.
dude.
I
was
watched
like,
that 3 times.
Holy fuck, dude. Aggressive. Dude, and then literally
DEA
the-
agents
yeah,
die.
they come in and then they shoot him.
Because there's another guy behind. Oh God, what was that guy had a dumb name? It was like Tiki or something like that.
The guy who's the henchman
Who
the
keeps
entire
coming
time. Yeah,
back,
I did not like him at all.
He had a really dumb
couldn't
name.
remember his name, but it's like
I
dude,
looked it up,
They
but it was dumb.
they shot the DA and then they fucking blame it on Dom, Mia, and Brian. Like,
Bullet or
and he's like,
Buster.
I didn't shoot him. Well, you guys are criminals though, so
Yeah, you
who else
still-
are we gonna blame?
You
and
still
you're
caused this.
and you're stealing cars.
Yeah,
so
like-
it's like obviously you're part of the team.
Your crime led to
yeah.
the people being
so
shot.
you were part of it. Okay, but then the freaking truck crashes into the train, and then we notice that the train is coming towards a bridge.
Yeah.
And the bridge is over a giant cliff.
Because my next note is something you said where he just drives the car out of the train. Because I was like, jumping out of the train would probably just destroy the car
Dude,
immediately.
the hood hits it so hard.
Yeah.
But then he just keeps on
Yeah,
driving.
it's
and
like it was like in Too Fast, Too Furious where they jumped the bridge.
yeah, it's
like
just
no,
like,
that would just
it would just destroy your car.
Yeah.
But I did. Dom's like, fuck yeah, let's
and he
go.
fucking goes fast.
Just right out of the train because he's like, I gotta save Brian.
Or oh right, because this is when
Yeah.
because my thing was like when Brian was on the truck in the train and coming towards the bridge, my thought was just climb onto the train
Oh yeah, get on top of the train, then you're safe.
or in.
True, but also they want to get away. All the cops are there because then if you're on the bridge, then you're fucked, dude.
Yeah, but like then you still at least have time because he's just there. He doesn't
and
know
he's
that
just-
Dom's coming.
He's literally eyes focused on the side of the of the bridge, just like I'm fucked. And then Dom freaking comes up with his car, and I'm just like, dude, what is gonna happen?
And what happens is
He-
right off a cliff.
But he does make it. But then I did not expect him to go off the cliff. I thought he was gonna like break or
because I
something.
was so fast. Because I was oh shit.
I
There's
love
nothing below
I
them.
love that scene though, where it's slow
Brian's
motion,
kinda up,
It's
yeah.
slow motion, and they both jump out of the car,
Yeah.
and they're just like, I think that was real too, like, or at least
would've-
part of it.
Yeah, part. I'm sure like because they couldn't have done it from that high because
But it was so like they were so high, and just
Yeah.
that scene was so long, just showing him, and then just I was like, dude, how did they not like when the car hit the water? How did they not land on the car, or at least like or the car didn't land on them?
Because
or-
my note is, thank God you betrayed the boss, risked your life, your best friend's life, and your sister's life, killed a bunch of thugs and DA agents, and then just run the car off a cliff and get captured anyways.
Yeah,
'Cause we
'cause
cut to
we cut to them tied up.
yeah. Because my next note is they're just bad at their jobs. And then I did some research on this scene.
Dude, I will say that I just love how Vin Diesel is himself. He is Dom because he's caught, he's tied up, and he still doesn't take any shit.
Nope.
He's talking back,
Brian joins in. It's fun.
and it's just like, dude, yes, because that's who this guy is. So like, if you got caught, he's still gonna be like, fuck you.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
even like
talking
yeah.
shit, dude. I love that, dude.
Well, because then the bad guy leaves, and like the bad guy was so lame in this one.
Yeah, he was just very like calm and just in
and
charge.
I didn't quite understand.
But
his
also,
job.
he was like, he was really evil because he was enslaving people basically.
Technically, yeah.
He
'cause
wanted
he's-
to own people. That's
'cause
what
he-
there's like a quote that he says where he's like, I want to own people.
But doesn't he want to own them by giving them everything they need?
So then they have to rely on him.
Isn't that like socialism though?
And then but then he's like, then I can take it away and then they really need me. It was like, I was like kind of confused.
He's kind of a socialist, which confused me.
But literally everyone in the town works for him.
Yeah.
Like the
and
whole, what is it,
all
a mafia or
and all of the cops.
yeah,
except for
yeah, because
one.
he's paying him.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah, except for one. Yeah,
Thank God they found the one because she had a nice smile.
because
All
of
right.
her smile, dude.
All right, so now that guy leaves and his henchman comes back in, and instantly Brian's just kicking at him.
Dude.
And then I had to pause to make sure Dom did what I thought he did. Do you remember what he does?
I wrote down, how did he bust out of his cuffs so easily?
Because I paused it to see, like, yeah, they are handcuffs. And I said, Dom just snapped a pair of handcuffs.
Dude, he literally
While hanging from them.
and he just so quick. And Brian's still stuck.
Yeah, he's just kicking.
He's kicking.
So Dom just snapped handcuffs like they're nothing. To break a pair of handcuffs, it takes a minimum of 495 pounds of pressure or of like exertion, while some companies test their strength using over 1,000 pounds.
And he's just hanging from it. And then, but he just pops out that was one thing I noticed. He popped out so quick. And then, but I love how Brian's holding that guy with his legs, and then Dom just freaking comes in and starts pounding
Jesus
on it. He
Christ,
just
yeah.
fucking
There's
decks
some
him, dude.
good fist fights in this
Dude,
movie.
they are some real... Dude, I just like seeing Vinny fight, dude. Because
I know.
he's aggressive.
Because
And something you can tell when he's fighting, something shifts in him.
Yeah,
Like
'cause
it's a fight or flight situation.
I've heard, I think it's based on the movies in this franchise, that there's issues with fight scenes because, like, in their contracts, some people have, like, I don't lose at fights.
Oh, really?
And I want to say, like, Vin Diesel and The Rock both have that. So that's why no one ever quite wins.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I mean, I will say Vin Diesel did win.
Which
We'll talk about that.
yeah.
But that you're allowed to do that? Even
I think
I feel
so.
like you can't be...
That might be later on, though, where they're just like, yeah, I don't want to lose a fight.
But I guess if you're that big of a Hollywood star, but also like if you're in a movie and it calls for it in the script, you're playing a character, so who cares?
But, like, they probably love it. I mean, with these... I mean, 'cause Vin Diesel's not... I mean, he's in a lot more, but, like, this is his role.
True, and I think he does go on to help produce and
Yeah,
help
he does.
write and help.
And, like, Brian... what's his name? Logan...
Oh no!
No.
Fuck, what's his name?
No, Paul...
Paul Walker. Paul
Yeah.
Walker. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because I kept trying to remember his name. I kept thinking Logan Paul.
Paul Walker.
yeah, Paul
Word
Walker.
association.
Yeah, but, like, he's not in really anything else.
Yeah, this
besides
was his.
these.
This was his own because he just loved cars.
Yeah.
and you can tell because he did. Him and Vin Diesel did most of the stunt driving. Vin
Yep.
Diesel does a lot of stunt driving too, which is that's so cool. Like I
Yeah.
love how they're just in this entirely.
I mean,
and
yeah.
this is a passion
It's-
project.
yeah, it's their
and they're just
characters.
having fun.
And then, speaking of having fun, we get The Rock.
So I'm not there yet.
God damn it.
But almost, dude.
I'm so ready
I
for
have
The Rock.
one. I have two sentences before that. I said Maya.
Yeah.
I said Mia, Brian, and Dom are fucked though because they literally
Yeah.
went to the top of the wanted charts because they're getting charged with killing DEA agents and they were already fugitives.
And they also went to the head gang and worked for them and then fucked that up.
Yes, so now you're getting chased by the feds and then also
The people who run
the people who run the
country.
government in the country that you're in right now. So you are being hunted by two of the you're fucked.
strongest people.
You're
Yeah. 'Cause
fucked,
I was
dude.
so confused of who betrayed who during that scene. I didn't understand what happened when they took the cars.
Yeah, I don't know. But I will say I love how Brian hates Vince.
Yeah.
He hates him.
He walks in, he's yelling at
He
him
hates
already.
him so much. But then, here we go. Booyah. It's The Rock. Let's cheers to The Rock because we are drinking Terramana small batch.
On the rocks.
We're drinking, in honor of The Rocks, we're drinking The Rocks whiskey on The Rocks. Cheers.
It's pretty great.
I
Like,
mean,
as far as tequila goes.
I'm not a big fan of tequila,
Yeah, same.
but I will say it's got a good tequila taste without that burn.
I would say best tequila I've had.
I will say, yeah, best
Yep.
tequila. We did a shot of it earlier, and the shot was actually really smooth, and now we're sipping it, and it's actually like...
I can do it.
I do like sipping whiskey way better.
Yes.
I don't think I would ever...
We're not tequila people.
But,
unless
hey,
it's in a margarita.
Dwayne Johnson, shouting you out, The Rock. We do have an open chair for you if you want to drink Terramana with us and review Fast and the Furious.
Yeah, we're coming up on Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah, so that'd be awesome, dude, if you can come and review it with us.
Hashtag Moist Boys Go Fast.
Yeah, we also, since we're bringing it up,
We are going to start a campaign
we do want to start a campaign. Our listeners need to help get behind us for this.
to get us into the next
We
Fast
want
and the
to
Furious movie.
be extras in we want to be extras in one of the Fast and the Furious movies because there's 2 in production right now. And hashtag Moist Boys Go Fast.
Push it.
Hashtag moist boys go fast.
Just everything you
Dude.
do. Hashtag moist boys go fast.
Can you imagine if we're in the fucking... This is extras?
Robert, just say it one more time.
Moist boys go fast. Hashtag. Dude, it's so crazy because this started off as a joke and I hated it.
Still
But now
is. No, I love it now.
But now I love it, and now like our lives would change if we were in these movies. Like, I want Fast and the Furious to change my life.
I mean, I'm still hoping this is why we get famous. Like, this is
I
why.
will, dude. I think the analytics. These are our best episodes
I think so too.
because it's actually clickable instead of the Alf Windbreaker.
Yeah.
Like, it's like our titles are terrible. Like, what the fuck? Harry Alfredo? No one wants to click on that. But back to
Yeah, we
Fast
got the
Five,
Rock.
dude. The Rock, dude. Head. Okay, so I didn't know it's not the DEA, and I was writing down. It's the DSS.
Okay. Which,
DEA is the Drug Enforcement Agency. DSS is.
did you look it up?
I don't know what it is. I didn't find out it was DSS till the very end when they put it on the screen. It makes sense that it's not the DEA, but I just thought it was.
Diplomatic Security Service?
Service. So that means that it's country lines don't matter and their jurisdiction doesn't matter or whatever.
I guess, because it kind of seems like they're kind of like governmental bounty hunters, basically.
Yeah, because there's like a scene where he's like, Brian's like,
He brings you in.
this is the guy that hunts you down and he will find you.
Yeah.
He will find us. This is his job and he's good at it.
And I
we're
think
like,
I know
"Oh,
why. It's
fuck,
because
dude."
of this quote I wrote down of his.
Oh, dude, I have a quote too.
shit.
Because The Rock requested help from a hot girl because he likes her smile.
Yeah, that was bad enough.
But
But
also, okay, yeah.
I'm
What's your
curious if you picked up on this quote. Make sure you got your funderwear on.
quote? Jesus
I
Christ.
pause it, turn subtitles on. He says funderwear.
The
Fun.
Rock says that.
Make sure you got your funderwear on. And I fucking love when he's like, and never let them get in their cars. I thought that was a really cool
Yeah, because he
line.
goes, that's when they thrive.
Yeah.
He knows who these people are. I will say, dude, I haven't known about this either or later, but like, I love The Rock, but
Yeah.
I don't like him in this movie.
No, he's
because he's terrible.
He's a dick.
He's just like,
And
I
I
don't
don't-
like his one-liners. I don't like how aggressive he is.
And I don't understand his line, like where he's at.
He's just aggressive, but then he's throwing in these one-liner jokes, but then
Yeah.
also like, it's like, he doesn't quite know what he's doing, but also like, I love him.
Yeah.
So like, and also, why are you wearing the goatee? Why does he have the goatee?
It's a bad goatee.
Yeah, the goatee
It's
does not
long.
fit you,
I think
dude.
they get rid of those in future
Okay,
movies.
good, because he's, man, and this crazy, dude, this is 10 years ago. This is before he even had a tequila. This is like before he had fucking energy drinks. This is before he had, and he's still jacked.
I actually know.
Still jacked.
I know why he was in this movie. I have it written in my fun facts section.
Oh,
Because-
really?
Yep.
Why he became a part of it?
The role of Hobbs was originally envisioned as a Tommy Lee Jones type character,
Okay.
but they brought in The Rock off of a fan suggestion, and the fan's name was Jan Kelly. So thank you, Jan.
Whoa, someone like wrote in and be like, hey, can you get The Rock in this movie?
She thought it'd be fun to see them work together. Him and Vin Diesel.
Do you think she gets any royalties? Probably not.
I mean, she's in the IMDb. I bet she's written in the like special thanks section, which is pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
I bet she's in there.
But is she an extra in one of the movies? Probably not. But can
Jan
we?
Kelly didn't go fast.
Yeah, yeah. Moist boys go fast. Let's go.
Hashtag that.
Okay. But
And
now-
this is when we find out how long Brian's been undercover. 5 years he was undercover.
okay, so
And he threw that away.
he was undercover for 5 years, which means he was a cop, a normal cop, and everything before that.
You'd think.
Yeah,
but
because you
also-
just don't start off undercover. You got to have training. You got to have.
Yeah, but I
get to
feel
know
like
normal.
that has to fuck up the Roman timeline of their thing.
Yeah.
I'm sure they didn't like really clean that
They
up.
just
I
threw,
bet
they
it's
just threw a
messy,
number
yeah.
out there, dude. It's the fit in the franchise. They don't care anymore.
No.
They're just having fun. They're
It's
like,
just let's move forward.
let's keep moving forward. Now we cut to this really weird scene where it's the bad guys talking in like their headquarters.
Oh, wait, there's the one last Rock
Oh,
thing.
you have another Rock thing.
Well, it's just like when he says there's two things, and then they get, and then
yeah, he's like, I need two things.
and I don't remember what the first thing is, but anyways, and then we get to the second thing because the guy,
The guy's like, yeah, what's the second thing, sir?
stay the fuck out of my way. Like, what's your problem, dude? What,
Dude,
he
yeah,
didn't
you're
do anything
talking
wrong
to
so
the
far.
police of this country that
Yeah.
are there to help you.
Yeah.
And he's stay the fuck out of my way. And it's like,
Okay,
dude, like we're here to
Jesus.
help you.
Yeah.
But obviously not. They're getting paid by the bad guys.
Well,
and the-
yeah, I guess
but
now.
like, come on.
Jesus, yeah,
So the bad guy's name is Senor Reyes.
yeah.
I realized that in this scene because they do say it. He's really bad. He wants to own people.
Yeah, I was so
Like that
confused
whole
by
scene, I didn't quite they were obviously they were setting up plot points and they were setting up like character development, and that's what this scene was. But this scene was kind of forgettable.
But also because the movie's not about him as a villain, it's just about stealing from him. Like, it's not about his plan at all.
No, it's just
That's not what they're trying to stop.
No, he's just trying to get his chip back because that's his delivery schedule. That's his schedule for everything.
And they just want his money.
Yeah, so it's mostly about Dom's plan.
So
then the cops are chasing them.
Yes, like we learn about him, his
there's
plan,
like
and it doesn't
there's
matter.
like 3 plots kind of going on at the same time.
But that plot does not matter at all.
No, that's like the C plot, but they had to throw that in there to kind of do character development.
Yeah, just round him out as a villain, I guess.
Just so now we cut back. This is the next scene. I think they're in the garage.
Yeah.
Because my next note is
they're waiting on Vince.
Did Dom just headbutt Vince?
Did he?
I literally wrote down, did Dom just headbutt that piece of shit Vince?
So this is but also right before that was the first time I realized she was pregnant because she says, I have a surprise for you, or I have something to tell you or something like that.
Oh, and that's when you thought?
And I said, I bet she's pregnant, yeah. And then Vince came back, which I did not expect. I thought he was a rat.
Yeah, dude, that's because Vinny like kicks him out, but he comes back in. Brian
starts. Kick him out yet.
This is when he kicks him out after this.
Yeah,
because Brian starts yelling at him, and
immediately.
I'm pretty sure Dom walks up and headbutts him.
I'm
pretty sure, and then he starts punching him, and then Vince he brings up Letty, and I'm like, why the fuck would you say that to Vince, dude?
Ooh, I think
why would you say that to?
I think that one's
Dom?
a little later because then we cut to Vince walking into the garage later, and he pulls out the chip. And so that's where I got confused, where, like, did Vince set them up? Like, did he know about all this shit? And I think that's when he's like, because he talks about how, like, Dom should trust him because Vince was the one who guessed Brian was a cop.
Yeah.
And so, like, I was like, Vince has some good points. And I think that's when he's like, what about Letty?
But then he brings up Letty, and I go, what the fuck, dude? Why would you
Why does that have anything to do with
so,
this?
Like, but I think he's trying to bring up the point, like, Letty wouldn't be dead if he's trying to be like, it was Brian's fault, basically. Which I kind of get it.
Actually, it kind of was because she became a police informant
Brian,
later.
I like Brian more than Vince, and I hate Vince.
Yeah.
So fuck you, Vince. So now it cuts back to The Rock again.
And this is where I have my next note because he picks up the torch and he's like, plasma cutter. And I was like, I fucking knew it.
You knew it, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, this is my note on The Rock. I said, The Rock is very intense and aggressive, and it doesn't feel natural. It does not feel natural at all. He
like
keeps trying one-liners, and I literally wrote, calm down, Rock.
Well, because he's like kind of like a buff Sherlock Holmes here.
Dude, and he's just like, and he just knows all the answers, and he's just like in charge, like doing a strut, and it's just like, dude,
I feel like you can't
chill out.
I feel like you can't be that buff and an expert on all this stuff.
And trying to be funny.
Right, that's fair.
Saying these like joke one-liners, but then
but
also
he's a funny guy in real life, and he's buff in real life.
But like you're saying, you're being super aggressive. Like,
but he's
say
not
the
a
fuck
cop.
out of my way, and then Thunderpants. Like what do you do? I feel like it just didn't feel natural to me.
And then we meet the girl with the smile.
Yeah, this is when the lady cop shows up. This is when I kind of like wrote less notes because I was enjoying the movie.
Okay,
like that's a weird thing to say because we were shitting on the movies earlier, but like I'm enjoying the movie at this point.
Yeah, because my next note is, so she joined the force 6 months ago because her husband was murdered like 2 years ago.
Her husband was murdered in the force protecting, the country.
Yeah.
And we find out that he died right in front of their house.
Right.
Which is just like, Jesus,
also,
dude.
why was he patrolling right in front? But anyway, so she joined the force 6 months ago, and that's why he wants her. I feel like experience is worth a lot more than motivation.
No, he wants her because she asks, "Why do you want me?" First off,
and he says she's motivated.
It's the smile, but then it's also you're motivated because your husband died.
But like still, I feel she's only been a cop for 6 months.
Yeah, but you got to think about. I mean, they dive into this
6 months.
They dive into this later, but you got to think about how motivated Dom is, and he's never been a cop, but he's still motivated.
Still 6 months.
The death of a lover motivates you.
I'm saying cops, they're still training.
Yeah, but
she's only had a gun for 6 months.
The Rock don't care.
She's only been like trained driver for like 6 months.
The Rock don't care. He just needs an assistant.
And then
he just needs an assistant.
And then my next note is about the next scene.
So the next scene, when they get the chip and they're realizing like all the data and they're realizing like
horrible green screen.
Yeah,
on the screen.
On the
it
thing.
was so bad.
But you do realize like this guy's making so much money because they're like, what is all this weight? And Brian's smart, dude. Yeah. He goes, they're making so much money, they're weighing it. So I put 49 kilos is $1 million in 20s. That's what Brian says.
But when they show the money, it has 20s, 50s, and 100s in it.
Yeah, but he's like saying, like, if you're going to weigh your money, 49 kilos is $1 million if you're using just $20 bills.
Yeah.
Can you imagine having so much money you have to weigh it?
That'd be awesome.
Rock? You want to join our podcast?
I'm sure he does, yeah.
Okay.
So now is when The Rock like finds their place.
Yeah, so I said did not expect the bad guys to bust in before the DSS.
Right, yeah.
Because we see the DSS pull up. They come in and then they get stopped, you know, with all the people with the guns.
Yeah.
And then they pull the guns out and then they're just like, okay, you can go in.
Yeah.
But then literally
hear-
they bust down the doors and it's the mob or whatever,
Right.
the cartel or whatever, busting in before them. And I was like, oh, fuck, I did not expect that because they're getting chased by two different people, two different groups.
Yeah,
you
because
know?
my first note here is, holy shit, Hobbs has a huge fucking gun.
Oh, yeah.
His fucking handgun is giant. Is it Desert Eagle or a giant Magnum?
It's fucking aggressive,
Yeah.
dude. And then we cut to parkour, dude. The roof when they're getting
I
chased.
love
The
that
chase
scene.
scene is so cool. It's so intense because we got three different people. Two of them are chasing the same ones, but then the cops hate these bad guys, so then they're also shooting them.
Well, a lot
dude,
of
it's
the
like a
cops are
weird.
working. Oh wait, real cop or the
The DSS agents hate like the
Yeah.
cartel people, so then they're also shooting them, but then they're trying to chase. Dude, it's like this weird like love
and he tells,
triangle. Like
and he tells the lady cop who I never learned her.
I
name,
never learned her
actually.
name either. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know either. But
I just kept putting Lady Cop.
yeah, because he said like stay there, and then I knew
And
like
then she does stay there, dude.
And then we get Brian running off the roof, and then we get we get Dom running across the roof, and we get the first time that Dom sees The Rock or Hobbs.
Yeah.
through the fucking window. What an entrance,
Dude, that was. And then I was like, dude, two big guys in this movie.
Yeah.
Which I haven't known about that later, dude.
But The Rock is so big,
So
though.
big, dude. I thought Vinny was big because he was looking good, and then
Yeah.
The Rock shows up, and I'm like,
Jesus
oh, you're the fucking
Christ.
Rock. Dude.
Yeah.
I will say, dude, The Rock is a killer. This scene where he's chasing Dom.
And he dives on those two guys.
So there's three guys, dude. This
Yeah.
scene was so badass. There's three guys. He takes out three
My next
cartel.
note is The Rock is fucking scary.
Dude, he takes out three cartel members in like 5 seconds.
The moment when he snaps a neck, that's
Dude,
next
well,
level.
He takes a knife to one guy's jaw.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so he tackles
Two
tackles
guys.
two of them. He shoots the first guy. Then
Yeah.
he takes his knife, stabs the second guy in the jaw, like up through the mouth.
Yeah.
He dies, and then the third guy he snaps his neck, and we watch it. I'm like, and then he keeps chasing him,
Yeah.
and I'm like, what the hell, dude? That was I liked it.
Yeah.
it was fucking. But I was like, jeez, Louise, dude.
So now we get Dom, who runs around the corner, gets stopped by Lady
By
Cop.
the lady cop, and then. I didn't quite catch it because he like whispered it. Did he say that he knew her?
No, he says that not cartel, whoever the fuck they actually are, that the criminals
Oh, the criminals know
open
her.
fire on them, and Dom like takes her and pins her down, and he says they already know who you are.
Oh, because I thought he said, "I know who you are."
No, 'cause
because
he was talking about
like
them, as
whispering,
in,
so I
like,
wasn't quite sure what he said.
He
'cause
sees
I was
their
like,
face. So
oh.
because my next note is like, so I guess Dom's a hero now
because he saved her from dying from the cartel. Dude.
But it used to be that Dom's never going back, and that's all that mattered.
But he's saving people now
Yeah,
because he's not as bad as they think he is because he didn't shoot the DSS agents.
he's not great though.
But he's not a terrible guy.
No,
Obviously, he's a criminal. He's stealing things, but he's stealing it from other criminals.
I guess. And then we cut.
But real quick before we
yeah.
cut, he dropped his necklace.
Yeah, I know.
And I was like, oh, fuck, dude, that's
That's
the
Dom,
iconic.
yeah, the Dom cross.
And I have a note later. Is that necklace his dad's?
I bet.
That's
Or
what I'm-
maybe his mom's. We don't know anything.
That's
about
what
his
I'm
mom,
thinking.
Right?
Well, there was a scene where they're talking about dads, and
Yeah.
that's when I was like, maybe that's why the necklace is so important
Yeah, probably.
because that was a good scene. Then
we got Brian and Mia running across the rooftops, and they come up on this like 20-foot drop.
with like the light sheet metal,
Yeah.
and they're like, let's go to, and then they hold hands. That terrible idea to hold hands because you're gonna land on each other.
Yeah, because my next note is that's not going to be good for the baby,
Oh yeah, we have a baby in the mix, but Brian doesn't know yet.
and we don't know for a fact.
Yeah, because she hasn't said it. But I will say that's the roof shot scene was so cool. Like all those
Yeah.
wide shots, just seeing all the people running and jumping, and I was like, that's cool.
Yeah,
Because it is cool, like seeing like the landscape of Rio, just all these houses on a mountain, just like they're set up like that. That's cool.
I was like, yeah, when they run across those
And then
kind
it
of rooftops,
jumps,
yeah.
and then it cuts to them coming out of the sewer. Here's a question I have though: how did they get together? Because Brian and me were together. Dom was separate. How did they all of a sudden
Yeah.
come together?
I don't know.
Into a pipe and come
My next note is I really hope Dom fucks this cop,
That was your next note.
because that's when she picks up the necklace. I'm like, oh, they're gonna meet again.
Yeah, she's gonna be wearing it.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Which was fucking weird
Yeah,
too.
that's
Why are
fucking
you doing
really
that?
weird. So
And
then,
because then we find out she is pregnant.
because Dom suggests splitting up,
Yeah.
and then boom, I'm pregnant. And then it looks like Dom was about to cry.
Yeah,
Because he realized he's gonna be like an actual like uncle.
my next note is family.
Dude, I literally said, dude, he's gonna be an uncle of the family. This is the quote he put down. Our family just got bigger.
I know. God, my best friend fucked my sister. Hell yeah.
So okay, in the fourth movie, when they're in the garage and she's crying, is that when she gets
Oh.
pregnant?
Maybe.
Because he's
And Dom's
literally
waiting outside.
Yeah. So Dom witnessed them have sex, waited for them to have sex, which was such a weird thing because she was crying before they had sex, and then now she's a pregnant girl.
Maybe.
I don't know.
All right, and then we cut back to the Rock and the lady cop.
Yeah.
Because my next note is she doesn't sound very motivated anymore.
No,
like her one thing.
She doesn't. Yeah, and then The Rock is still so aggressive. The guy's like giving him papers, and I put down a quote that The Rock says, because the cop assistant is like, this doesn't make any sense. Like
Yeah.
these guys,
Because they're looking at the car
and he
that's
goes,
taken apart.
here's what makes sense, and he takes the papers and throws them.
Oh, really? I
Yeah.
didn't see that.
No, because this guy's like, he has like the profiles of like Mia, Dom, and
Yes.
and he's like, this
Oh.
doesn't make any sense.
Of like why they're criminals.
Yeah.
Like
why would they shoot
they
a
steal gas but give it away to people.
give
Like,
it
it's my
so
question,
why would they
the
shoot
fuck
it? Why would
yeah.
they shoot a DSS agent? And he goes, "Here's what makes sense." And he grabs the papers and throws them. And I'm like, "Oh, dude, okay.
Well, then
I
they-
guess you're the boss, so you can throw papers."
Because my next thing is they see the car and he's like, put it back together and we'll know what's missing. Because my thing is, do these cops know how to put a car
It looked
back
like these guys were like the mechanics, I guess, the entire time because they were like, "This, it's gonna take a while." They said.
I fucking guess.
And he's like, "Then you better get started."
And like, but like, if I was the Rock or Hobbs, when I saw a car was taken apart, I'd be like, oh, they were hiding something in that car. Not that a part is missing. Like, I don't think they were like, oh, we need this muffler for something important later. Like,
Yeah,
it
they
would
would
be
just
that
be like,
something was like in a pipe or something
or
like that.
yeah, like drugs or
Yeah.
or like a cigar, like in the second movie.
Yeah, like
or
there'd
something.
there'd
like,
just been something hidden in the car mechanics that they would have then taken out and left.
What's really crazy is we don't know up at this point. We don't know that his name is Hobbs. They haven't said it or addressed
No?
it yet because I have a note on that.
Okay.
Because I kept calling him. I knew it
The
was
Rock,
Hobbs,
yeah.
obviously, but they haven't introduced his character name yet. They do later when they're looking him up on the computer.
Oh, okay.
And Brian's like, oh fuck, it's this guy.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I don't know the first time they say his name. Because now we cut back to Brian and Dom.
Talking about being a dad.
'Cause
And
my
but
next-
before
oh, wait, yeah.
before that, I mean, it's this scene because they're drinking beer.
Yeah.
No Corona.
Nope. No fucking Corona.
And I did find out this movie was filmed. It's taking place in Rio, so I was
Okay.
like, okay, it's maybe the different country.
yeah.
So I was like, is Corona available in Rio? I looked that up.
Yeah.
I found out that it is available in Rio right now.
Yeah.
But the deal and like the trade and how it got into Rio didn't go in until 2014.
Oh.
So Corona wasn't even available in Rio. So that's actually they kept true to Rio.
That's cool. I
That's
guess,
cool
yeah.
because if they would have, but I wouldn't have ever thought if they were drinking Corona, I wouldn't have looked that up.
There's some alcohol later that I'm curious is if that's kept true to Rio because I know why a certain alcohol's in it later.
Oh, like when they're celebrating or something?
Yeah, when they're all just hanging out. Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
Because
yeah.
next we hit Dom and Brian talking. Because my thing was if Dom's dad was so incredible,
Dude, it sounds like Dom's dad was a great guy.
like incredible,
barbecues every Sunday, anyone could come.
if they went to church.
If they went to
Like
church.
the idea of studying your daughter's like next chapter so you're ready to help teach her is I will never do that.
Yeah, dude, staying up late, dude, working on cars, like.
And where did it get you? Your kids are both just wanted criminals.
Well, Mia wasn't. Mia was fine.
She's always been a criminal though. She's fine with being criminals.
She wasn't a criminal. Dom was the criminal, and Mia was working in like the cafe, giving him the tuna sandwich. Mia's always been like the innocent girl, but she's a criminal now because she started driving. You
Innocent. Oh, she was a driver before. She knew how to
know
drive.
what I mean? Yeah, I mean, yeah, she's pretty good.
But
And then Brian's fucking worried about becoming a dad. He doesn't want to become his own father because he's like,
He wasn't.
I don't know
there.
anything about my father. And I did this scene was like kind of emotional because it's like they're talking about the fear of becoming a dad.
Yeah.
What their relationship was like with their dad, and it's just like it's kind of real life. I mean,
mean,
I've never been in the situation of
Right. Yeah.
maybe I'm gonna be a dad, but I can relate to having a dad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, character development. They're growing. They're having real conversations. Family.
And then they at the end of it they discuss like we need a team.
How the fuck are they gonna steal all of his money. That was my thing. Because his plan was like, we're gonna steal all of his money.
Yep.
You're gonna steal all of his
Why?
money, like billions of dollars.
Yeah.
How are you going to do
Well,
that?
it's like 110 million or something like that.
Well, yeah, they're gonna steal all of his money and then expect to buy freedom. They're just like, okay,
You've
can,
been awarded freedom so many times.
but now if we steal billions of dollars, then we can be free. But now this is when they get the team, dude, and I'm so excited. Fuck yes, dude. Han, my dude. He's the chameleon because he's like, we're gonna need a chameleon, a guy that blends in, and it cuts to Han. And his first
Fucking blends in Rio de Janeiro.
his first scene is him munching, dude. He's snacking.
Fucking Han's eating.
Dude, I love that. And then I put, oh shit. It's Roman motherfucking Pierce.
Because
dude.
I have Yay
So-
Han and then fucking Roman.
Dude, I did not expect them all to be on the same team.
Yeah, I know.
And then Ludacris shows up. Fucking Luda, baby.
But like, I was bummed when Tage showed up because he's like lame now. He was wearing like a polo and he doesn't have an afro, no pick in it.
Yeah, but he's the tech guy, dude. He's the tech guy. man.
Fucking apparently, even though he just ran like a
Yeah,
a
he
mechanic
ran
shop.
out shops, but I guess they were trying to, include him. I liked him in this movie, but yeah, he wasn't as cool.
No, like he was nothing compared to his first.
But I was
appearance.
so like, in this montage scene, I was so happy that everyone was fucking together.
I
Like,
did not expect Gal Gadot to come
yeah, I did
back.
not expect.
I didn't
that
think she was in the
either.
rest of them.
Like that was cool too. But dude,
Because what? She was in
Han
this-
and Roman, fuck yes.
Was she in the fourth movie then?
She came in the fourth movie because
Okay.
she was working, kind of a bad guy. So
Yeah.
why did she become part of the team?
I don't know. That I didn't get.
That doesn't make sense.
But I have a note on her. So her character's name, do you know it?
No. Oh yeah, I wrote that down on the fourth one. It's Giselle or something.
Yes.
Right.
They never say her name in this movie.
Ever.
Ever.
Yeah.
That-
Because it's a hard. When I put down the subtitles, it's like Gisele or something like that. It's a hard fucking name.
They should still say it.
Yeah, because they say Roman all the time. They say O'Connor all the time.
Yeah.
Whatever
No,
his
they
name is.
never say her name.
I just know that she is a babe.
Yeah. Yeah. God, she's so good.
And
in
then
this too.
so everyone's showing up to the bunker. They're pulling in their cars.
And, now and I love the two guys.
Dude,
I have
yeah.
their names written later, but I can't
Okay,
remember.
dude,
it.
I love the arguing Spanish guys. They're always they're like an old married couple.
And we
They're
know nothing about them.
Dude, I love how they're always bickering, but I love the banner between Luda and Roman. Like when they
first see each
when
other,
they first
yeah.
see each other and they're like insulting each other about how they're dressed, and like I just love like, and they do that throughout the whole movie. They just do this dumb fucking banner, and it's just I love it.
And then we get the plan.
Yeah, how are they gonna hit 10 cash houses?
Well, 'cause my thing is, are we now supposed to believe that Brian and Dom are criminal like masterminds?
Yeah, because Dom all of a
He
sudden
used to
came up with this plan that's insane.
When his
good.
old plan was, let's steal DVD players off of a semi truck.
Yeah, DVD combos.
Yep.
Um,
And Rome.
and I
is-
love how Roman tried.
not having it.
He tried leaving it, but then he heard the cash out.
He's still fucking hungry, man.
Is that what he says?
No, that's what I wrote
That's what-
down.
yeah, dude. He's like, oh fuck, dude.
And they
You
kind
didn't
of
say it was that much money.
All right. Do you have his quote written?
No,
down
I don't
here?
have his quote. I'm
Okay.
excited to hear his quote.
So it's when everyone's like, I'm in. Like, yeah, that's enough money. I'm fine with that. And they cut to Roman and they said, sounds like a whole lot of vaginal activity to me.
Yeah, because he's gonna get $11 million.
Yeah.
So he's gonna start paying prostitutes. Like,
What the vaginal activity? Why couldn't you just said pussy? Sounds like a lot of pussy to me. That's fine.
maybe pussy's like considered a curse word or something. But vaginal activity sounds
It's
disgusting.
horrible.
But I love Roman so much that line just slipped right through the
Oh,
cracks
it's
because I was like,
disgusting. He has so many horrible. Because I have twice written, who the fuck is writing for Roman?
yeah, it's obviously not who was writing for him in the second movie because Roman was I mean, he's still pretty good in this movie.
I love
and
him,
I
but
love him.
his one-liners are fucking horrible throughout the entire film.
And then the next scene is them busting into the first cash house. Dude, why are all like the women in their
So
underwear?
they can't hide anything or steal anything. That's pretty common. In
Oh,
these kind
is
of
it so they
scenarios,
can't
yeah.
steal money and because
Yeah.
they're counting it and weighing it?
And it's the same with like people who are like working on like
Sweatshops
packaging,
and-
like drug, not quite sweatshops, but like drug stuff, just so they can't steal any.
Oh, that is smart. I guess that makes, but it's all fucking women doing it.
Yeah.
It's just like, geez. And then
then
they
there's men
freaking
with guns.
bust in. They get all the cash. They get everyone tied up. And then I'm like, okay, you got one house. You got
Yeah.
9 to go. And then he just burns it.
Which I
and
don't-
I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, because I'm like, you could at least taken some of it.
But dude, power play.
I-
That was because he's like, because they're all wearing
you
masks.
can't-
And then they take off the masks and he goes, I want you to tell them who did this.
Yeah,
And I'm just like, dude, You're already being chased by them.
Yeah.
And now you're going to do this? You want them to chase you more?
Because like Roman and like Han seem not really stoked to show their face.
But they do it,
Yeah.
I guess, because...
Because my next note is they could have stolen some of the money. Like, just a wad. You
Yeah,
think,
just-
like,
just a
I
little
could see
bit.
like Roman just like, I'm just going to take
because,
that,
like,
10,000.
how did they... Because later on in the movie, they're getting access to all this stuff. I have notes on that, too.
Yeah.
Do they have money? I don't know.
Did Vince have money?
I don't know.
Probably not.
My next note is my notice of the subtitle effects. Because I just loved it, how they move and go away, and they're just so action-packed.
It's
and
ridiculous.
It's just awesome. So then I put, Dom is a genius burning the money, so they put it all in one place.
That is cool.
Because he's like, okay, we gotta get it all together. And then I
Because
said,
we cut to the main guy after this, and that's kind of where we see that it worked. But my question is, and it's always something that like the top bads do, they beat the shit out of a henchman. I'm like,
to prove that they're in charge.
I guess, but I'm like, that can't actually help morale ever.
No, it's just gonna. I think it's just to induce fear.
I guess. I wonder if that's a real thing that happens, or if that's just a movie thing at this point.
I mean, they're bad guys,
Yeah, but
and they
still.
don't care. I don't know.
But he's a successful bad guy, and so I feel like that couldn't be good for business.
yeah, because he literally takes that thing and hits him in the face with it, and
like
probably
the
kills him.
paperweight.
It probably,
I mean, he doesn't.
It probably kills him.
He's not twitching,
He doesn't get
Yeah.
up. So then we find out that they're moving the money,
and we get a cool everyone looking at the money moving.
and then, yeah, that was cool.
Because did you notice what Roman's undercover spot is?
No.
He's eating like breakfast at a diner. I thought that was really funny because he has like a plate in front of him.
Yeah,
Like,
he's just
they're
munching.
moving.
And I think Han's snacking too. 'Cause-
Yeah.
And then Luda's
Oh,
on the roof.
And then we cut to the two guys who are always arguing. Did you notice one of their shirts?
No.
It's a shirt that has a wrestling belt hung over the shoulder.
Oh yeah, he's wearing a wrestling belt for like what the heck is
I
that?
think it's his shirt design. I think it's a shirt with a
Oh,
wrestling belt on it, which I think is really
it
funny.
looked like
Yeah.
a real belt, like he was holding a belt for some reason. And then we realize because they're like, oh fuck,
Yeah.
they're moving the money to a police station.
Yeah,
I
which-
said, good fucking luck, dudes. How are you gonna bust into a police station?
And then we get Rome's next line, which if you want to read this one, if you have it written down.
yeah, Roman Pierce. Say what? This just went from Mission Impossible to Mission freaking Insanity. Like
Because that's why when I wrote the first time, like, who the fuck is writing his lines?
he's just so over the top because it's like Dom's like, yeah, the plan's still gonna go, and he's like, we're gonna bust into a police station. Cops, we don't like cops, and now we're
Yeah.
gonna bust in and steal someone else's money and
Well-
put it in a vault.
I mean, you know the thing about police stations, they're meant to keep people in.
Yeah, not out.
Even though none of them go in.
Okay, this is when we learn The Rock is Hobbs. This next scene.
Oh, okay.
I wrote this down, and he's an American cowboy. That's what someone calls him.
Okay.
Because I think the Rio police are trying to figure out who this guy is.
Oh.
That's who finds it out. And they
Okay.
say, because I think the head guy is like, who is this guy? And he goes, he's just an American cowboy. And which is so funny calling The Rock a cowboy. But we find out his name is Hobbs. The guy at the police station says, we have him handled. We have him taken care of.
They absolutely don't.
Yeah, absolutely, you do not. And then you realize how much fucking money they have.
Yeah.
I just bet holy
The
money,
full
dude.
safe.
So much. That's I think billions of dollars.
I think it's only like hundreds of millions.
Oh yeah, because
they
if
talk
divided
about
by 10, they get 11 million each. So
Yeah.
110
10. Yeah.
million. That's still a fuck ton of money.
Well, and they
all
burnt
cash.
a whole pile. So they probably burnt 10 million.
Yeah, so now it's probably down to 10 million a piece.
Or it was, it would have been 12 and they already did the math
and then they already did the math.
of knowing to burn it.
Yeah, but then they later bet $1 million on a race or
Which I liked that scene.
yeah, that's
'Cause that's fun.
um
But yeah, because then we get how they were fucking Rome goes undercover. I
Yeah,
love
dude,
that.
dude. So they come up with this whole plan to figure out what the police station's like, what the vault is like, how they're gonna break in, and it cuts to Roman's scene. And Roman's scene is so good because he
Yeah.
walks in, he's all cocky,
He's got a big
and
badge on
I
his
like
chest.
before this scene, he's like, "Why do I gotta do it?" And he goes, "Because you got a big mouth."
Yep.
And he goes, "Okay."
Yeah.
Walks in, he's like talking, flirting with the girl, and then the girl like leaves, and the guy comes up and he's like, "Oh fuck." And then he like holds up his badge, and it's Brian's old badge.
Oh, is it?
Because he goes, O'Connor?
I didn't hear that part.
The Rio guy says O'Connor, and he goes, it says Caucasian. Did you catch that?
No.
Yeah, dude. The Rio cop says, it says Caucasian on your license, and he goes, this is a tan. He's because he's black, dude.
I
He
did not
literally-
pick
so
up
maybe
on
this is
any
the
of this.
extended scene or something. Because dude, it was so funny.
Yeah.
Dude. He calls it a tan.
Because I remember like them arguing about like, do we need to call somebody? I remember that piece.
Yeah, because he's like, no. Because he wants to put it back. And he's like,
Yeah.
okay, here's the box. I'll just leave.
Yeah, 'cause
but it's so funny. He's like, it says you're white. Oh, yeah, this is just a tan.
I did not
It's
remember.
so
That's awesome.
funny, dude.
Because then we get the RC car.
Dude, the
which,
RC car. Dude, that was cool. This
except
is...
it's just him giving fucking Tage shit the entire time I was trying to drive an RC car.
It's so funny. He's like, this is why you don't drive.
Yeah.
Well, it's because you hit a wall going
Going,
$120.
Yep.
Remember?
You should be dead.
Yeah, you should be dead. That's why he sucks at driving an
You
RC
shaved
car.
your awesome afro.
But I do love how that's how they put an RC car in a box and then he's driving it.
Smart. 'Cause
Dude, it's very, very Mission Impossible.
But then also afterwards, there'd just be an RC car sitting there. So you think a cop would be like, that.
with a camera on it.
That's
They
a
go-
problem.
They go, and they never address it again.
Nope.
Because there's no way they would drove it out.
No.
Because it's in a locked room.
Yeah, so they just leave it.
Maybe they just like parked it under a shelf and no one ever saw it like in the dark, in the shadows.
Maybe. I guess, yeah, that's what I would do. But it would still be
Yeah, it would
found
still be
eventually.
it. Yeah.
But then Tage sees the safe and he's like, I guess a fucking genius because he had a life before you knew me. And that's all we know. Even though we know his life before Brian met him he was a racer.
I do love how later in the movie they say that again. He's like, "Well, I had a life before you knew
Yeah,
me."
I'm like,
Like that
oh.
was like the okay. So that's just you being lazy and not giving us context
That
clues.
the writers were home by 5, yeah.
But of course, I put toughest vault to crack. We're gonna need a duplicate one to practice on. That's
Yeah.
what Luda says, and I go, "Of course it is.
How's that-
Of course it is." And how are you gonna get a fucking duplicate
Which
vault?
they just do, I guess.
How are you gonna do it?
Because my next note's about now, like, them getting into the police station a little bit, about the 2 guys underground,
Yes.
where they fucking shoot shit into a cop's asshole.
Yes, dude, because he blows up and then poop comes out of the toilets.
Jesus Christ. And they get inside and they get what they need because they cut the hole in the wall, like a giant fucking hole in the
Yeah,
wall.
because they get the access to the cameras.
Yeah. But then also, I bet they had to stay and clean up because otherwise their cover would have been blown. So I
Yeah,
bet
because
they
they were-
spent the next
Because they
10
blew up
hours
shit everywhere.
cleaning shit up.
And I love how the entire time the guy's arguing, saying like, I knew you used too much because he was like,
And he's
coughing
like-
on the smell.
Well, and he's like, too much, not enough. What's the difference? I'm like, what?
And he's so much negativity.
Yeah.
He's always so much negativity, dude. Okay, so now I said it wouldn't be Fast and the Furious with the car parties.
Yeah, another
Here we
fucking
go,
car
car
meet.
party.
And then we're fucking blue balled. We don't get to see the race.
Yeah, they do that. They do that at the end too.
Yeah.
Dude, but I love how they're walking through. They get out of the car. Brian looks at Dom, and Dom just goes, "Home sweet home."
Yeah.
He says that, and I go, "Dude, yes, Vinny boy."
But did you write or did you notice what fucking
And they're betting. Yeah, they bet car for car, and I
Again.
was so excited. Let's race. And then
Yeah.
where's the race scene?
Nope.
They're
You
getting
see 'em
away from.
pulling
They're
in.
getting away from racing more into action. That's
and then,
why.
And then they pull in and Rome goes, "Where'd you get that, Papa Smurf?" Like what who the fuck is writing this?
Because it's a blue car.
Yeah, okay.
Well, they made a Smurf joke in 3, I think, because midget Smurf or whatever. I remember quoting that.
no.
Like that's one of the nicknames of somebody. I did. It's just like, okay, come on. And then I think it's Han or something goes, "We're gonna need a faster car."
For like yeah.
And then they
trying
start,
to-
and then it goes into like that racing montage, and I'm like, dude,
Yeah.
that's fucking. Those drifts are fucking sweet, dude.
But also we get Han is in love.
Dude, yeah. My next note is Han's in love with Gal Gadot.
And like who wouldn't be?
Because like she does it like so fast, and he goes, "I think I'm in love."
Yeah.
Because she gets out of the car, and she's just like, "Yeah, I'd be in love too."
Yeah.
She's good at driving,
Yeah.
badass, hot. Like, yeah, I'm in love with Gal Gadot.
Yeah, gosh.
Dude, I've never seen Wonder Woman. Is Wonder Woman good?
First one's fine.
Oh, they made a second one.
Yeah, I think the second one's really bad.
But good for her.
Also, like all the Justice League movies aren't great.
Yeah,
And then she was in something else recently too, with like Ryan Reynolds,
Oh,
and I think The Rock.
I like her. I like her in this.
Yeah, she's great, and also Fast and the Furious 4 was her first acting role too.
Really, I thought she did really good in that.
Yeah, no,
She didn't seem like a green actor like everyone else did in the first movie.
right. Yeah, no, like, and I really liked her in this one because now we need a handprint, and they send
Well,
Han and
what's crazy is before that, yeah, that do love
yeah.
that. But how the hell did they
Oh, they-
order a vault,
and it's just there.
get it shipped to the warehouse without the cartel or the DSS noticing a fucking 8 by or 12 by
vault.
12 vault delivered to a hidden warehouse that nobody knows? How did you order that?
Yeah.
How expensive was that?
They just did it,
And it just shows up, and
and
that,
they're just cutting the wrap off, like the plastic wrap off.
and it was just like, dude, what? How? All right, let's just keep. It's just another
Moving
plot
on.
hole.
Moving
dude.
on.
But love interest time.
Yep.
Han and Gal. And I love when they get sent to do that mission because they send Han to do it, and then she's like, "I'll drive."
Yeah.
And then it cuts to Dom, and Dom smiles.
I know. It's like,
it's like
my friends
family.
are gonna fuck.
Yeah.
Because was she and Dom ever a thing in that?
No,
No?
In 4, she wanted to be with Dom, but Dom was
Right.
like shutting her down because of Letty.
Right.
So they never
okay.
did anything.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And now
then.
she's like way into Han, and Han's way into her.
Yeah.
And I love it, dude.
Yeah, because she like picks up on his eating thing.
Dude,
and
I
she's, like,
love
used to
that, dude.
smoke.
Damn, smart criminals can tell someone's history.
Yep.
That's why Han munches so much.
Because he's got an
He
oral
used-
fixation.
He used
Yeah.
to smoke, and it's like so insane that they knew that.
And then he was like, "You were in the military because of how she handled a gun." And fun fact about Gal Gadot, she was in the military. She was in
Really?
she was in the Israeli military. Because
Whoa.
I think in that country, like kind of everyone is at one point.
Oh,
in
they
time.
have to be or something.
Yeah, but I think she did like well in it too. So, like,
Damn.
that's why she's like. So
That's why
hot.
she's so well versed to be with a gun.
Well, and like she's like so like I think she's really smart. She got weird in the pandemic, but I think she's like very intelligent.
yeah,
and
you're
stuff.
telling me she got super weird in the pandemic. Well, that's because she was used to all this attention.
Yeah,
and then
I mean, that's
got
all
rid of the attention.
actors, yeah, I
And then
think so.
damn, Gal knows how to strut it.
And
Dude, she takes off her.
Han likes to watch.
Yeah, Han just over there watching her ass shake.
And then watching her ass grabbed.
And I think Han's like, "Fuck, how are we gonna get his handprint?" And he goes, "You gotta send a woman to do the job
Yeah.
or something like that." And then she just walks in and sits, and then bam, hand right on the thing, and that's how he gets the handprint. And I love Luda's response. Like he's like,
was it a
did he
slap or-
slap that ass or did he grab that ass?
And then did you notice when he says that again
he
later?
says it again later to when Mia got,
Mia
when they
is
find
pregnant.
out. And I get the callback they're doing, but it's also like, and then everyone laughs at it, but I'm like, inappropriate, dude.
And also, not everyone was there when it sounded like Mia and Brian were there
No,
when they were
didn't.
having this
No,
conversation.
it just, maybe this is how he talks, I guess.
And I'm like, all right, do you just suck?
Yeah, maybe he's just a douche.
Yeah. And then they're like, we can't get a car fast enough, so we need an invisible car.
Yeah. And I was like, what the hell is a invisible car?
And they're so smart about fucking steal four cop cars. Because this was probably one of my favorite scenes is when they have got 4 cop cars and just fucking Dom, Brian, Rome, and Han.
This might be an extended scene because I have like three more paragraphs of stuff that.
Oh, maybe I just didn't take notes on them.
So my next note is, what the fuck? Why would they go out in the open and bring the whole team? Because they all go to the car. Yeah, they all go to the
right.
car park.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
yeah.
I had
Yeah.
that
okay.
scene. I just didn't
Okay.
take notes
Yeah, because
on
I was
it.
like, why? And then this is when we realized the lady cop is wearing Dom's necklace
Yeah.
because they see it, and I'm like, what are you guys doing?
Yeah.
The DSS pulled up. You're all there. Fucking Han's munching. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
And then, yeah, because the cops pull up,
and then-
take
and then
guns out, and then everyone else.
Dom just opens his hands and goes, "This is Brazil," and then everyone pulls their guns in. I'm like, what does
Including-
that mean?
Including the guy who, he took his car.
Oh, really? They're all of a
That
sudden
guy,
on,
like,
yeah,
is
they're
around
on their team.
He's, like, with them, yeah.
and then I wrote this note down. Why is The Rock always sweating?
He's so sweaty.
dude, in every scene.
Yeah.
I get it. Like in the opening scenes, like the chase scene, he's sweating.
No,
but
he
even
is
in this, he's
dripping.
dripping in sweat,
Like,
and you just
insane.
slowly walked up.
Yeah.
Why are you like
You got out of
drenched?
I imagine, air-conditioned
air-conditioned car? No one else is sweating in Rio, and you were drenched.
Like
you can see it on his.
Distractingly sweaty.
Dude, it's kind of funny.
It's weird.
And then, but I'm guessing Dom's necklace was his father's because he
Yeah.
always has it. And then I was like, oh, fuck, the lady cop relates to Dom because they both lost someone important to them.
Sure.
And then it's invisible cars.
Okay.
Stealing cop cars, and then they bet $1 million quarter mile.
I love that. Because
And I was like, guys, calm. You don't even have the money yet, and you're
I know.
already betting him. But I did like how and Han's like, well, we're gonna die anyway, so who
make it a
cares?
million.
Make
Yeah.
it $1 million.
And Han's just the best.
Yeah, he's just so chill all
Because
the
that's
time.
one of my favorite scenes was the cop races. It was fun seeing them all. And because fucking Roman flipped on the lights and just fucking
Dude, Roman
went.
does, and also Roman's talking over the speaker. You're in public. That's a note that I have, dude.
Well, because also, wait, was it over the speaker or was it on the police radio?
It was over the speaker.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they stole 4 cop cars and then thought it would be smart to race and
Well,
bet
with
in
the
them.
lights on.
Super smart because you're in public and you're wanted by the cartel and the DSS and you're just
And the police.
Yeah, and you're just like, let's just race it down this street.
It was so fun though.
It was fun. I was happy that Brian won.
Because I guessed,
Dude,
I guessed why he won immediately.
Roman was last.
Yeah.
And Roman was the cocky one.
And he was first in the beginning. But also, my note is that it was a quarter-mile race, way longer than 10
Yeah, way
seconds.
longer than it was not a 10-second
Like a
car.
minute
Well, the
and a
cop
half.
cars aren't 10-second cars. They got to be fast though to keep up.
Yeah.
And then we find out because Roman's like, they get back to the headquarters. Roman's like, Dom let you win,
He let up the throttle at the end.
and I kind of love that. I was like, Dom's like just trying to make him feel good.
Well, because also we kind of don't know who's the better driver still.
We don't.
Yeah.
Like we don't know, but I'm also like, it's gotta be Vinny Boy. It's gotta
I
be
think
Dom,
so.
dude. But he's just letting him win. And then we cut to Mia at the market.
Right.
And
I
this-
didn't expect this.
And I was like,
what's happening?
And I was like, what the fuck, Mia? Why are you out in public? You're one of the most wanted fugitives, and you're
yeah, because you're the top 3.
and you're by yourself.
yeah. Like, yeah.
And then fucking, of course, God damn it, Vince saved
Thank
her.
God Vince
Yeah,
showed up,
but I
though.
also like I hated that it had to be him to save her. But I also like, I don't know, dude.
And then, yeah, because he...
This is when he brings her back, and then Brian like snaps at her, but then she's like, no, he
Yeah.
saved my life, like calm down. And then he like shakes his hand.
Yeah, I don't
I'm just like-
fucking know. And then him and Dom have a conversation. Always room for family.
Yeah, there's always room for family. I will say it's fun seeing the whole crew
hang
bullshit
out.
and
Yeah.
hang out. Like they're all just bullshit and they're hanging out.
Because it's after church.
But I wrote down after Vinny Boy said there's always room for family. I have a feeling that Vince is gonna turn again.
Really?
I just felt like because he just felt like a snake. Like
He's scummy.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
scummy. And I was like, he's gonna fuck him up again.
See, this is when I notice everyone's drinking. No Coronas to be seen. But now I know why.
yeah, no, and I'm glad that they didn't do that. So
Yeah, it's
maybe
interesting.
so is Corona gonna be in? How is Corona so big in the franchise if it's not in most of the
Because
movies?
I knew about the Corona thing.
But it's not in most of the movies.
It's not in 2
2,
or 3.
3,
5.
It's barely in 4. It's not in 5. Is it going to be in 6? Who knows?
I bet. I know. I've seen scenes where they're doing the barbecue and then there are Coronas.
Oh, okay. And then
Oh wait, because I think this is the note. I'm gonna look it up.
dude, I put a thing up I wanted to look up too, his quote
Which one?
about money, because it makes me happy seeing Vinny Boy smile because he's talking to like the whole crew's together.
Yeah.
And he's making that speech and he says a quote about how money comes and goes. And it's like this whole thing about money comes and goes, but just this is what matters. Us hanging out right now. Like it was a
Right,
really good
yeah.
quote. And I was like, hey, that's actually real life, dude.
Yeah, that's fair. So I think this is the scene when Tej, Roman, and Han are sitting around a coffee table, each discussing like their plans of what they're gonna do with the money.
Yeah, with their money.
There's a bottle of Conjure cognac on the table, and that is owned by Ludacris.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So there was like a little product placement.
Yeah, that was a
That's
little fun
fucking
for him.
cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know Ludacris.
I mean, it makes sense.
Whoa, should we drink that?
Cognac.
Is
We
it?
could
I don't
try.
remember. What is cognac?
I don't know.
Is it gross?
I don't know.
I also kind of don't want to,
No. And then like,
because he's fine in this movie.
yeah, I mean, he's just not my favorite. Like, but he was one of my favorites in the second
Yeah.
one.
And then I put heist time, baby. Here we go. Like it's like let's fucking do the plan.
Yeah.
They send out the first wave in the cop cars.
Which is Han, Tej, and
Roman,
right?
and they're dressed as cops.
And Giselle, right?
Yeah. It was 4 of them.
Yeah.
And then I said, God damn it. Because the 4 cars left and then the cops are
I
here.
know, because I just put fuck the cops. Are
And
made.
of course Hobbs had to destroy Vinny's car. Do you notice that? When he drove right into his car and fucking destroyed
And then
it.
I have his quote written, "You just made a big mistake."
Oh, that's what
Yeah.
Dom says. And then fist fight time. Dom and The Rock. Dude.
because my thing
This
is-
fist fight was
So I
intense.
just said Vinny Boy cannot beat the Rock.
Dude, that's I literally put I love Dom.
yeah.
But if I had to put money on it, my money's on The Rock.
The Rock is
The
just
Rock will
an
kill
animal.
you.
And especially this version of The Rock where he's just
And he's just sweating.
Because he like breaks him through a few
Dude,
mirrors
but
at one point.
My note is, you know, it's a good fight when they go through 2 windows and like 2 walls because they just keep
just
throwing
threw a
him,
wall.
throwing him
Yeah.
through shit.
Oh, and then the
Oh,
and-
dude, the camera angles were cool. Like
Yeah.
the
No, it was
the
a
top
great
down
fight
great
scene.
fight scene, super intense. And then I was like, Jesus Christ, Dom almost killed him.
Well, because he
Because
also
he grabbed that wrench and then
Yeah.
and you could tell in his eyes like he shifted into that.
Well, and Mia and Brian saw it, but also like Mia and Brian were already caught.
Yeah, so like, oh man, and then he like almost kills him. So which means that he would have won the fight.
I guess.
But like,
But then he
but
also.
then he lets him go.
Because also they're rolling back and forth, and then the cops are there like with guns. I'm like, does no one have like a taser?
Yeah,
fucking taser both of them real
and they
quick.
let him calm down. Yeah.
Well, I mean, just taser both of them and then grab Vin Diesel. Like
Yeah,
it's
and then they'll be fine.
like because The Rock he was gonna die. Yeah.
So here's what they never addressed this, and I was very confused. So I put, now what? Half the team is captured,
and the other half
and
is out on
the
mission.
other half has started the mission.
Yeah.
And they don't know that the other half is caught.
How do they catch up at
Yeah,
the perfect
they,
time?
Yeah, I was like, how? So they're going to continue doing the mission and then realize, oh, I can't do the mission?
I guess.
And they never address that.
Nope, never. Because my next note is when they're both just sitting in the car now, their faces are like scuffed up. Like no, their eyes would be shot. Like they would have been swollen.
Yeah, because they fucking they got destroyed.
Yeah.
They both were punching the hell out of him. So they're in the cars, they're taking them. And I'm like, fuck, dude. And then the guy on the rooftop with the RPG, just holy shit, dude.
Yeah.
The cartel is now taking care of Hobbs.
Yeah.
Because he's like, let's take care of him by
Yeah.
killing him. Like, jeez Louise, dude. It's brutal.
And his whole team dies. Because one blows up in a car, one gets shot, and then the other one's laying there.
With a grenade. And
a grenade just like, yeah.
Well, because The
bounces in front
Rock
of him.
runs out of the car and he's like, cover me. And he's starting to shoot him. And then The Rock gets shot.
Okay.
Or something. And he's laying there and... like something blows up, so like the hearing there's like a high pitch, and I do like how they do that in movies,
Sure,
because you can't hear anything, and then he just witnesses his entire team dying, and I was like, holy fuck, dude, and he can't do anything about it, and then, of course, fucking Dom saves him.
I know,
and
that
I
was a
love
cool
that
moment.
grip,
With the shotgun, yeah.
and it's just like he was gonna die,
Yeah.
and then he just bam shoots him and then helps him up, and you know when Vinny Boy saves you, he respects you.
Yeah.
Or at least
I mean, you're
it
one
proves
step-
that it proves that he does have a little bit of a heart.
I mean, you're one step closer to family.
Family.
Can't do his voice.
And then we realized that Vince got fucking shot in the stomach,
Yeah, I
and then
guess-
it cuts to him dead.
Yeah, on
and
the
I'm just
table.
like,
okay,
I didn't like him, so glad he's not in it.
and that's when we like get a lot of details about his kid because I didn't realize that his kid earlier was that kid that we saw.
And I hate, dude. Vinny almost cried, dude, and I hated seeing it
It was weird.
because, man. And then Dom can't ever walk away. He's on a mission now.
Yeah. And then because my next note is where they're talking about the safe, the bad guys, and they're like, not even God could get into this safe. And he's like, it's not God I'm worried about.
Yeah, he's not God I'm afraid
so
of.
my next note is Dom is more powerful than God.
So before that, dude, he's like walking away and no one wants to do the thing anymore. And the first one to say I'm in is Hobbs. It's like,
What the fuck
so
are you
now
doing?
you're a bad guy?
I fucking guess
But he's like, I'll help you get him.
up until the point where I get to kill him.
Yeah, up until that point. And I'm like, you're the first. These are all bad guys, but you're the first one to say I'm in. I'll ride with you or something like that. It's just like, I mean, I guess you just saved his life.
Oh wait, because Han, they're all back at this point, aren't they? Because they're like,
they're
we
all-
got a flight.
Yeah, they're all together.
Yeah, 'cause
which
they're
I
like-
don't, and they never address that. But they're wearing their cop uniforms.
Okay.
And then
Because they're talking about like, hey, yeah, we got our flight.
yeah, that's my
outta
note.
here.
So hang on, how did the rest of the team know the mission was off and then come back?
Right, yeah.
Like they never addressed that. And
Must
then
have just missed a signal, and then they come back, and now just the Rock's there too.
and they don't address that either. But and they just
fucking Vince is dead on the table.
and they don't address that either. They're just like, what do? We got to continue the mission. And then I love how they used the DSS tank car to fucking bust down the wall at the police. They just fucking drive in, fucking bust it
So what was
down.
their initial plan?
I don't know, but I was so jacked that they just
Yeah.
drove right into a wall. Let's go. This is the vault scene I was talking about.
It's
and
so good.
dude, I've been waiting for this because it's so ridiculous.
So this is like, I remember the foot sucking scene.
This is the scene.
Yeah,
dude,
and this is your scene.
where I
that
just
you-
remember them pulling a vault on the interstate, and I'm so jacked because it's
Ridiculous.
so stupid.
Yeah.
but it's so fun.
Well, because the thing is, there's nothing you could attach to those cars that would allow you to do that.
Yeah, 2 cars
Dragging that,
plus
and
with all that money,
also hitting other cars, and you're
and
still
it,
driving.
and it goes into a building, and yet they pull it out of the building
Yep.
and keep going, dude. It's just
and
fucking
that it never
so,
got wrapped around a pole. Like there's no,
dude. It's so, but it's so.
there's no cable strong enough. There's no car strong enough.
It's so fun, but the fucking vault is destroying everything. It's destroying the
When
entire.
they fucking part and let the safe
Dude,
go forward.
I love how
they use it as a weapon.
They use it as, how are they that good at driving that they can control it with 2 wires?
I know.
Like, dude, I get the stupidity, but it was enjoyable as hell. Like,
Well,
it was
'cause
just so fun to watch.
As far as stupidity goes, I have one major issue with that scene that confused the fuck out of me. It's when now Dom's driving backwards, right? So Brian's pulling the safe and Dom's pretty much against the safe.
Pushing it.
And then two police motorcycles are coming up. And then so Dom slams on his brakes to hit the motorcycle.
So the motorcycles drive into him.
Yeah, but he's still attached to the safe, which is attached to Brian. Like, how the fuck did that work?
Yeah,
'Cause-
they were just they obviously they weren't communicating at all, but they had to have been because they were doing that and they were going down the alleyway.
Yeah.
Dude, it's just ridiculous. But man, it was freaking crazy. And then Roman, this is when
Do you have his dialogue written?
yeah, dude.
Okay.
So Roman and Han show up. I got so
They're so
jacked when they
good.
show up in the police cars to help. You know, they cause mayhem, and Roman just goes, "This is big boy stuff."
Yeah, this is big boy stuff. Because then I heard again, who the fuck's writing this?
This is big boy stuff, dude. What, killing a bunch of cops?
I fucking guess. I mean, that is big boy stuff.
but then Mia says, "You got a 10-second window," and I put, 10-second car, wink, wink.
Do you have a quarter-mile window?
And then I said, "What the fuck, Dom? That's a suicide mission."
There's that where then he goes back and he kills everybody except for one guy with a gun. Because my thing was like, does Dom not have a gun on him?
I will say, dude, yeah, it's insane. He's driving towards,
slamming
dude,
them.
and he's kicking ass, dude. Bam, bam,
So
bam, bam.
good.
Just like, holy
How the fuck
shit.
could one car do that either?
Dude,
When
and they're on a bridge, so
Right,
there's
yeah.
not much. Dude, if this vault fucking slides off,
Yeah.
you're into the water. Which, I mean, the cars do fall off, I think, later.
I don't know.
Or one of them does when the vault stops, like one of the cars falls. I don't
Oh, maybe, yeah.
Like after he's out, he like falls out of it.
Yeah.
And then when that wire cut the top of the car off,
Yeah.
I
The gore that would be there.
gasped like out loud, dude, because I was like, that was insane because it just decapitates
Yeah.
it.
There's like a weird Asian.
holy fuck.
There's a
dude.
weird Asian horror movie like that where it's like a bunch of like schoolgirls on a bus and one like drops a pencil and she's like, oh shit, and like bends over to pick it up, and while she's like down there picking it up, a fucking wire cuts a school bus full of kids.
So they all die except for her. Holy shit!
It made me think of that scene so
Holy
much.
shit!
Yeah.
And then this SUV comes up with a minigun on top of it.
Yeah.
Like I was like, holy fuck, you have a minigun?
Fucking apparently just for this
Jeez
moment.
Louise,
Why didn't you
dude.
have that the entire time?
And then I said, is the boss dead? Because like his car gets flipped over.
Oh,
and,
does it?
And he's
Okay.
like, he crawls out later.
Yeah.
He's not dead, but he's injured. And then this henchman guy who's been around the entire time, I fucking hate him,
What's
dude.
his? I need to look up his name.
fucking hate him.
Like his name is so not scary.
He's been in every scene. Like he was in the scene where all of Rock's teammates died.
Yep.
And he walked, like he's been around, but he's just like
ZZ.
ZZ. He's just a pussy because he's obviously hiding and then he comes out at the end.
Yeah.
He's just but then fucking Polly Boy shows
Brian
up.
came
Brian
back.
comes in and bam, got him.
Perfect.
And then the boss falls out of the thing and the Rock comes up and just, dude, two shots to the chest.
And just keeps walking.
He doesn't even stop. Doesn't
like-
even look at him. Just
Except-
bam, bam.
Jesus
And I was
Christ,
like,
Hobbs is
dude,
hardcore.
that's intense. He just didn't care. He's like, all right, gotcha.
Yep.
Gotcha, bitch.
That's done.
Now I got to deal with the Rock.
Or Vin Diesel.
Yeah, now I got to deal with Vin Diesel and Brian. And it's just like,
And he's
he
like-
goes, you've done a lot of damage.
Yeah.
You've destroyed a lot of the town. You're criminals. You know I got to get you. But I'll give you 24 hours. What?
Why?
Why would you give? Because you saved his
respect,
life.
I
don't know,
guess.
but and he's like, my recommendation, you start moving.
Yeah, and then he's
Because
like,
he's like, I will find you.
and he's like, the safe stays here. And he says, I will catch you. And then Vin said, no, you won't.
Yeah, he goes, no, you won't. And then I love how he's always got to get that line, dude.
All right, so this is the moment where we find out that the safes have been switched.
The fake vault, baby.
Which literally makes no sense of how or when they could have done that. And also,
I remember I knew it was a fake vault.
I
I knew
assumed it
I
would have
knew
been,
it
yeah.
was because it's so funny. Like the flashback scene, they had 10 seconds to do this. I don't realize. So they slid the first vault into a trash.
oh, that's a flashback.
Yeah, so that's
See,
that.
I thought that's what the team was doing with them now, with the
No,
safe
that
they
they
have.
like flash back to what was happening during that 10-second window they had.
Oh, I didn't know that was the flashback. I thought that's what was happening while.
Because if you go back and watch the first scene, it cuts to them driving under a bridge, and there's a trash. What is that thing? A dump truck?
Yeah,
There's one that two of them drive past.
I didn't realize that was a flashback.
So it's a flashback,
Okay.
but also the logistics of this happening. So they're
in 10 seconds.
yeah, but it's on two wires. They slide it up, and then they somehow unhook from it, and then as they're driving, hook onto the fake one and keep driving that quickly?
In 10 seconds, yeah.
How are you unclicking it when no one's out there? And then they just take the tarp off and Gal Gadot's driving it.
Yeah, and she's looking great. Because my thing was, I really don't understand how they made the save switch, and why would Dom sacrifice himself with the fake vault? That made no sense. Like, why risk dying if it wasn't even real? Because if he would have just released the vault, some of them would have stopped for it.
But then they'd still be getting chased.
But
they
would be faster without the vault. They could have gotten away. They can get away from any chase. They were like, "There's too many of them. We can't get away because they're dragging the vault."
But I think Dom was like, "Brian, you're going to be a dad now. I'm going to go take care of this. You get away with the money's good. Just go."
But like, they could have just left the vault and probably both gotten away.
Yeah, true.
And then also because probably the big boss would have stopped at the vault, and then the fucking rock.
And then the rock would have came in and shot him,
or gotten killed by the Gatling gun. Yeah.
Yeah, true. I guess so. Maybe. Yeah. So what you're saying is Vinny Boy saved his life twice.
I fucking guess. But now they're fucking rich.
Cash money, dude. When they open that vault
and
I'm just like, "Jeez, Louise, dude." And I love. Okay, so now
This
it's montage of everyone thriving, and it makes me so happy, dude.
Oh, I have
Tage has this as his shop.
Yeah.
Roman comes pulling up with his decked out car. He's
and
all
a nice
fancy,
honey.
dude.
And then
they have the same car.
So they own half of the car.
Yeah, there's 4 of these cars in existence, and he goes, "This is the only one in the northern hemisphere." And then his car pulls up, and he goes,
I guess there's 2.
And
then I think 3 hot girls come out of their car.
Yeah.
Well, because then we also cut to Vince's wife, and I'm like, "Sorry, your husband is dead, but here's $10 million from Uncle Dom."
Vinny, talk to you soon.
Yep.
Does she even know that he died?
I don't know.
And she's just finding it out.
But she has she's sad, but she has a slight smile. I'm like, I mean, it's still pretty fucked.
Yeah, you got money, but she's also not a criminal.
Right,
She didn't do shit.
She is fucked.
And now you just have a bunch of drug money. And then
And
it
a
cuts,
baby.
And then it cuts to fucking Ham and Gal Gadot swerving on the interstate because she's sitting on his lap and they're making out.
He's the DK, though.
Yeah,
he's the motherfucking
He's
drift
the Drift King,
yeah.
dude. It's so fucking... I loved it. But then...
At the end of the conversation...
But then they go... Oh, let's check out Tokyo or something.
Well, no, yeah, because he's like...
She's like, "Where do you want to go?" or something. Let's just drive.
Or I think she said, like, "What about Tokyo?" I think he says, "Well,
We'll get there-
that'll be there for me." Or
Yeah, we'll get
something
there eventually or something.
Because I was like, that's pretty fucking dark, but I guess good for him in the meantime.
Yeah, and also, like, where does Gal Gadot go if they're together and then he's in Tokyo by? Does she die?
Like, I wonder if she's in the next movie. I don't know.
Because, like, dude, I love that they're together and they're happy and
Yes, they're such a good couple. But also, there's something before that. So the 2 guys who are always arguing,
Oh, you figured out their names?
they are Rico and Tego. And I think Tego's name is his real name, or Tejo. I don't know. Because I don't know which one's which either. But where they're in the casino and they bet all their
Yes.
money on red and black. So they're betting against each
Dude,
other.
I love how he bets 10 million and he's like, "Oh, what are the odds?" And then he puts 10 million on
red,
the opposite color.
Well, and then it looks like it goes towards green.
It looks like they both lost all their money.
So I immediately thought of the Tim Robinson sketch.
I'm ruined.
Yeah, off of characters
Dude,
where he just bets it
if
all.
you
Yeah.
guys haven't seen characters, Tim Robinson, dude, it's so funny, dude. Lady Luck.
And like, I also love that they're together in Monaco, or in Monaco or Morocco. I can't remember.
Wherever, and they're still bickering, they're still hanging out, and negativity.
and then like, yeah, he bets and he
all
doesn't
the
believe
money,
in him
all the money,
on red, and then all of
10
it on
million.
black,
You could have just bet 1 million, but there's all your.
and maybe 1 too, which would be incredible.
Yeah, but they look like they didn't care.
If I had $10 million, I honestly do believe I'd be willing to bet 1 million.
That's a tenth of it, yeah.
Because like
yeah.
Because then if I won 2 million, oh fuck, I'll throw that at anything,
yeah.
and it's incredible.
and you still have 9 million
Yeah.
left.
Yeah.
Dude, and then it cuts to freaking Dom. No, it cuts to Brian and Mia at the beach house. Dom pulls up with the lady cop.
Yeah, they're holding hands, which is weird.
Because wasn't she with The Rock
think
when they
so.
left and then they were on the hunt to get him? She was standing there when they gave her 24 hours, and then all of a sudden she's holding the rocks or holding Vinny Boy's hand, which is weird seeing Vin Diesel hold someone's hand because he's jacked.
Well, also it's just like that's not Letty.
Yeah, dude, that's what. And then I put like, is Letty really dead? Because like he now is a girl, and then they're sitting there, they're happy, and then of course Brian's like, I gotta know. Did you let me win the race?
Yeah.
He's like, let's race.
Yeah.
And of course, let's race. And then
Nothing.
it just cuts.
Maybe
And
that's
like,
where the next one starts.
yeah, but they're getting away from the racing.
I know.
But I do like some of the races.
I want a race.
Because
I want
like
a good
the,
race.
the drifting and stuff was so cool.
Oh, and I love the NOS button
yeah,
push.
because they did the NOS stuff like earlier. Like,
Yeah.
dude, it was, and then like the cop car scene where they were racing, that was cool.
Because that's maybe my favorite. Maybe I do like the racing more.
But this was a fun movie. This is my final thoughts. Really enjoyed it. I said, this is how the story should have ended. Like,
Yes.
Because at this point, the credits are rolling.
I'm happy for everybody.
Yeah, everyone's
except for
happy.
Han.
Everyone's happy. Everyone gets away. Yeah, we know Han, but he's enjoying the moment.
Yeah.
Everyone's safe and free. I would watch this again, and I think 4 and 5 are a great story.
Yep.
I think 4 and 5 fit great together. They should get rid of the first 3. It should just be Fast and Furious and Fast 5. Like this is it. And then,
So now we hit credits.
well,
Oh, is
I
there
gave
more?
it a rating before the ending of this. And
Okay. Because also, I couldn't remember if my ratings in the past have been ratings as a movie or if ratings as a Fast and Furious movie.
I think it's just been ratings of a movie.
So they had to be really low. Then maybe this one's like a little bit bumped up. Because I do say this is my favorite of the series so far.
Okay, yeah, this one's my favorite of this. I'm trying to find my. Do
you have a scorecard?
Yeah, I have a scorecard. Hang on, it's too many notes.
Because depending what we gave read off all of them and I'll base it off of that.
Well, I'll tell you right now, I gave this one a 7.5.
Me too.
Oh, did you really? Okay, lock that baby in. Okay, so we gave Fast and the Furious 4 a 7.25.
Okay. So maybe I'd give it a little bit bump.
So 7.75.
Sure.
But now I'm gonna feel like, what if the next movie is just a little bit better? Are these gonna become 8, 9 movies?
Yeah, right. Are we going to be... All right, so let's
So we
leave
do
it
7.5.
7.5. Yeah, that's fair.
So-
Because that's my honest what I said.
Fast Furious 1 was 4 out of 10. Too Fast was 6.5 out of 10. Tokyo Drift was 4 out of 10. Fast and Furious 4, 7.25. And this one is 7.5 out of 10.
Wait, what was the first one?
4.
Okay, yeah,
4
that's
and
fair.
3 are tied. I said it's ridiculous but fun, and I loved how everyone's in it. It was like a family reunion of my
Yes.
favorite characters. It was just a fun movie. Series should be over.
I'm happy.
And then
everyone's happy.
It cuts to DSS headquarters, and I was like, "What the fuck?" There's an ending scene, and then I was like, "Eva Mendes."
No, my next note is, oh shit, Eva Mendes
Dude, literally
character.
everyone's back. What
And-
the hell? And then I said, "Oh fuck." She like hands him this, and she's like, "You need to see this." And he goes, "Is it Toretto?" And he goes, "No." And he goes, "I don't want to see it." And she goes, "Look again."
Yeah. Do you
And
believe in ghosts?
Yeah, that's her line, dude. Letty's alive and out there doing jobs.
Because my next note is, oh shit, Eva Mendes character. And then, oh shit, Letty.
Yeah, dude. So is the next movie Letty's story? Because I was like so content with the end of this, like wrap it up, but then like this ending scene, I'm like, fuck, now I do want another one.
Yeah.
Because I want to know about Letty, and then can it just be a happy ending? But then I realized there's fucking 4 more, so it's obviously not going
Probably
to be.
not, yeah.
I'm very curious how they're going to explain this Letty story, because
Me too, because I
it's
think
been 2 movies,
she's been dead for a whole, basically
and they
2 whole
basically
movies.
show her die, kind of.
I mean, yeah, we see a gun to her forehead, don't we?
Yeah, and we hear the
And, yeah, we
but
know
it,
there
but
was
it
a
is just
gunshot.
it is just a
His knowledge of road
of
mechanics.
what yeah. So I don't know. Next week, Fast and the Furious 6. I'm kind of enjoying these now that they're action movies.
I'm excited for the 6th
Yeah.
one, yeah, because I want to know what they do with.
I want to know what happens, and I hopefully the whole team's in it. Hopefully Han's in it. Hopefully, but I don't know because everyone went and did their own thing. So who knows, dude?
Yeah.
But that was our review of Fast 5. Moist 5. God, this one was fucking long, almost 2 hours.
Oh my god, Jesus Christ!
These are getting longer and longer.
Oh.
Probably because we just
we took all our notes. We have to go through them.
We gotta, and I think we spend a lot of the time talking about shit before the movie.
Yeah,
even
that's
starts.
fair. That's fair.
Like
Yeah,
trailers
we
and
went on a big spiral. I
But
I
it's
did
just
a
fun.
lot of Jack Johnson or Jay Johnston, whatever his name is.
Yeah, all of
Jay
his-
Jackson.
all of his.
Purred. Yeah.
Well, cheers, everyone. We're gonna go sip on some more Terramana and watch the 6th movie.
And remember, hashtag Moist Boys Go Fast.
Moist boys go fast.
Push it
Let's
out.
do it.